Nothing can save ya, cause this is the season of funky behavior. I came to relax your mind, you can recline. On what? On this here rhyme. I like the style, I'm staying for a while. It helps me show cats that I'm versatile. I'll touch your dial, turn your frown to a smile. I'll make you feel like you're having a child. So relax and open up, child. I'm about to make you walk what? Pimp style or pimped out style. You don't understand the logic. See, if you don't have it all, I'll take a deposit. I got shit for you, it's alright indeed. It's like going to the garden and planting the seed. It might tickle for a second, but it won't bleed. So just relax, just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just relax and just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Your entertainment at the same time, edutainment. In other words, you could call it bent. What I'm saying is that I'm here at your service. It's hard work, but then again, I deserve this. I'm helping people enjoy their spare time. I'm like an instructor when I'm doing my rhyme. Relax and just hear the dope track. It's really not all that, it's not like a gag. We like that when everything is relaxed and chill. You don't have to get fucked up or take pills, cause I like being myself, it feels good. Yo, it makes my meals taste good. 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 So just relax. And hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just relax and hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just relax. My mind state, now balloon, it won't inflate. Just take the buzz, this much wiser kid, fuck the shake. And take it to a lower level, and dig a ditch for a devil. Got some more kids and pass the shovel. Dig a hole, take them on a spiritual roll. Lyrics unfold, either that or unroll the scroll. Episodes keep reoccurring and stifling. People's vision get blurring, their hearts start murmuring. I'm about 5 times iller than a Sherman. Introspection is God's gift to the miracle. I freak material, lamb's milk without the cereal. When MCs say your booty, they mean venereal. Your fake material hip-hop killers, they more faking than fucking Michael Jackson and Thriller. The status of a hoe, Quanto Costa. They wanna know how much it costs, kid, I bet for keep to me. Just relax and just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you could wear your hat. Just relax and just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you could wear your hat. Just relax. I know how to see a whack MC when he bustin', but I just back away real cool, no fussin'. I'd rather go kicking in the streets with the bums and use the knowledge to collect what? Some funds. Open a non-profit and build a damn school. And this is the story of how a great king rules. There's many that claim to know the local demographic, but don't have the nerve to tell you the truth. It's tragic, but I do, so sit back and let me spit this shit to you. You feel better when I spit this shit to you. Despite the system trying to clamp down on the people will learn how to stand up to evil. Not evil that's across the globe, that's too far, but evil in
lives in their own backyard. And fighting, it's not an option, they can't win. The government, it's not supposed to represent sin, but then again they do, and that's a problem. So let's go down and figure out how to solve them. It's not fun being a rapper that can't speak, but we do, yes, and plus we make fat beats. Yo, we smoke weed, break up trees. Listen, bringing fat beats, that is our mission. You wanted to see us, homeboy, shut up and listen. Thelonious and Big Bennett, brother, check the vision. Mentalities of different realities. Enter the Star Trek room when you hear the boom. I be the Walkman with the super bass. Automatic stop, yes, stereo cassette player. With the delayer, freaky lyrical sprayer. Extraterrestrial rhyme sayer. I be the poetical VIC.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, what's up? Good morning, everybody. It is, what's the time? 0840 Central European time, and that would make it what? That would make it about what time would that make it in the U.S.? Something 2:40 Eastern Standard Time, USA. 12:40 Pacific time, right? Something like that. Let me know if I got that right. I say this every day, and I still don't know what Pacific time is. But in any case, guess what, folks? Yeah, you know, I'm sure everybody saw that the ICE officer followed the prisoner into the porta potty, right? And stayed in there with the door closed. Like a porta potty, how many square feet is a damn porta potty? Like, how many feet? I mean, what? I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. But that someone is really, really way too personal. You know what I mean? Like, you could have done a lot of things, as an officer. First of all, you could have not gone in the porta potty, right? You could have stood outside the porta potty with the door open. I mean, after all, you're dealing with a prisoner. And on top of that, you have rights too. Don't you have rights? I mean, what are your rights as a federal worker? Do you have to be in the porta potty with the motherfucker? I mean, is that what your job description really says? I mean, do you have a motherfucking boss, a manager? I mean, listen, sorry. We sorry. We know these people couldn't even take a woman sitting in her car, not, exercising her First Amendment rights. They couldn't even take that. And now on the flip side, the same ones want to go inside the porta potty with somebody. And what are they going to do? Smell them take a shit? What is the point? They're going to watch them take a piss? Can't they watch them with the door open? I mean, listen, I thought about this. I'm sorry. Something happened. That's what I'm thinking in that porta potty. Something happened. Because I thought through this, and I just can't think of any reason why, if it's a guy and he's taking a piss, why do you need to be in it? No dude needs the door shut when he's taking a piss. I'm sorry. Dudes don't need the door shut when they're taking a piss. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? It's just, you got your back turned to the door. What else do you need? Right? What else do you need? But this dude shuts the door. He goes in there and shuts the door. The dude, the guy, the ICE agent shuts the door himself and shuts himself in there. And how many square feet is that porta potty? You know how big a porta potty is. What is wrong with these people? What's wrong with them? I'm sorry. I either you dealing with a very disgusting person who wants to smell somebody's shit or smell the porta potty piss. Who does that? Or something else was going on in there, which has been alleged to have gone. And I went through some data. You won't believe how many people in ICE custody have said that they were sexually assaulted. Like, what do you think the number is? Do you think the number is 100? Do you think it's 200? Do you think it's 300? Do you think it's 1,000? Do you think it's 2,000? Do you think it's 5,000? Do you think it's 10,000? You think it's 10,000? Well, if you thought it was 10,000, you're wrong. It's a lot more than 10,000. That is insane. Like, ICE almost is known for raping. When you look at this data, like, it's so horrible. But anyway, let's start off with something a little more civilized, right? Um, before we get into the dirt of it and the filth of it, the American way. I hate to say it that way, but I mean, you know, I usually wouldn't want anyone saying this to me that's not American. Luckily, I'm American, so I can say it. But I wouldn't, the American way, I might, there's some ways I could actually be offended if somebody that's not American just says that. But right now, you can't offend me. You can say it all you want from anybody from any country. Go ahead. Just go ahead and say it what it is. Whatever it is you want to say bad, about Donald Trump, go ahead and say it, because we are fucked up for electing this dude. So go ahead and get it out. But I'm an American. I'm an American. So I don't feel bad when someone says the American way, because sorry, we got to eat that one. We have to live with that. There's something about this that we have to fix, or people are going to be calling this shit the American way for the next 100 motherfucking years. Like, you have to believe that. But let's start with something more civilized. And it's not that civilized because it still has something to do with the U.S. It's got something to do with Donald Trump. So it ain't that civilized, but it's more civilized than talking about an ICE agent voluntarily going in the porta potty with somebody and shutting the door. Like, how low can you go? How low can you go? But then again, like, dude shot a woman in the head just days before. So, I mean, the low is really low. Like I don't even know what it's going to be. What is it going to be next? I'm scared to find out. I'm fucking scared to find out, for real. You know what I'm saying? But, Winter, what's up? Yeah, everybody. Good morning, Bits. Who else is in the chat here? Who else came in the chat earlier? Purple, that's right. Oh, Rafika. I thought Rafika was in here too. Purple, what's up? And Winter, hey. Now listen, I wanted to start off with something more civilized and more appropriate, something more educational, something more useful. Because I was sitting around, I was at work, and then on my way out of work, I talked to one of my colleagues just briefly, maybe 2 minutes, about this bullshit with Trump and all of this stuff, blah, 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 right? And then I told him, I was like, listen, man, this is, the way they're talking about Denmark, the way the news media portrays Denmark in general, because let me tell you, and then Trump, all of this shit with Trump, especially this shit with Trump, right? And I said, but the one thing it is giving me the opportunity to do is it's giving me the opportunity to educate people to Denmark, to actually educate people. Since Trump wants to talk about Denmark, it's the perfect time for everybody to talk about Denmark. Don't let Trump control the narrative, because the real conversation about Denmark that he wants to avoid. Sorry about that. That he wants to avoid, and I noticed the media has avoided it too, is just talking about the healthcare system in Denmark. Talk about the healthcare system in Greenland. Talk about the educational system in Denmark. Talk about the educational system in Denmark and Greenland. Talk about the 5 weeks vacation in Denmark. Talk about the 5 weeks vacation every year for any person in Greenland. Talk about the maternity leave, 1 year maternity leave for every child that is born. Talk about that. That would be a good use of time right about now. Talk about a lot. There's a lot of things to talk about Denmark that are positive. If you've noticed, the media hasn't talked about any of them, So keep that in mind. That's corporate media. Just keep that in mind. That's corporate media. So I don't find it strange at all that they don't talk about any of those things. But it seems like if you have Americans that just been cut out of their goddamn healthcare, and you have the same president attacking other people that have it, it seems to me like it would be a good time to communicate about what is that really about? What's the healthcare system about? Why do Danes and Greenlanders have universal healthcare, and why don't Americans have it? I mean, and can the U.S. learn something from Denmark and Greenland instead of tearing it down? Can the legacy media inform the American population that you can actually have universal health care? Like, it's possible. It's been proven. It actually happens in many, many, many. In fact, every other Western nation besides the U.S. Can the legacy media talk about that? I mean, if every other country has it outside of the U.S. Every other Western country has it, right? Why would you believe it's not possible in the U.S.? That's a good question. And I'm not asking people to assume either. I'm asking you to actually go out and research it before you respond. Go in and actually call up some actual real facts that you looked up yourself, right? Because that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to, because I notice when you have this conversation, a lot of people repeat things that they never even researched, and they find out the things that they repeated. When you point it out to them, when they're talking to somebody that's actually looked into it, they find out that, oh, damn, they just listened and recited what the next person told them, and, hold on. What is this? Winter, what did you say? When they talk about invading, tell them about Danish forest kindergarten. Yeah, exactly. Listen, that's the thing about it, Winter. That's the thing about it. It's plenty of conversation to be had about Denmark. You know what I mean? And they don't talk about it. And don't you find that strange that the legacy media, they talk about this thing. Can you take it? Man, listen up, y'all. Of course you can't fucking take Denmark. And notice how you can't take Greenland. And notice how much time is used on it. And then notice how no time is used on talking about healthcare. Zero. Rafika, what's up? Zero time is spent on talking about the healthcare system. And I just find that so, or other things, not just the healthcare system like you pointed out, Winter, but just anything that makes sense, anything that is useful to the population, to the American public. It doesn't seem to actually happen. And that is amazing. So I just want folks to know, if you're American out there, if you're American and you hear this video, if you, if you're hearing the video now, but if you hear the video later, right? Listen, call out the damn media. Call out the media and say, why aren't you talking about their healthcare system? We don't have any. Why aren't you talking about how the educational system? We have people in debt their entire lives. Like, really, jump on the media right now. Jump on the politicians, because it's Trump that wanted to isolate Denmark. It's Trump that wanted to point a finger at Denmark. It's Trump who wanted to point a finger at Greenland. So let us talk about this shit. Let's talk about it, Now let me go over to some of my shorts. I mean, I've been saying this for days and days and days, and this thing about trying to buy Greenland. Listen, the Greenlanders should be trying to buy you, MAGA people. They should be trying to buy you, because you all don't have fucking health care. Listen, the average damn MAGA person family doesn't even make enough, you know what I mean, to have health care. And if anything, they're dependent on on the tax, what is it? The tax, what is it? Damn, what is it called again? What did they call it? I forget. Somebody tell me. I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting because I've been over here too damn long. You know what I'm saying? Is it called the whatever it is, Medicare, Medicaid, you know what I'm saying? The tax extensions, right? Yeah, that's what it is. The tax extensions, right? And yeah, the tax break, basically. Thank you, Dre Day. but look, they don't have it, and yet they think they're gonna buy someone that fucking has universal health care. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about the arrogance and the nerve of that. They think they're gonna buy someone who can go to any class they want to, anytime they fucking want to in their entire life. You know what that means, right? And they actually out there talking about, we gonna buy. Look, let me tell you, the gig is up. Ain't none of that shit happening. This is a distraction. This is a total phony. And if it does, if they actually try to, I'm gonna be the first to tell you, these Danes will shoot their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It is about that. As senseless as it has to be, as senseless as it will be, some Americans will get their ass shot trying to invade Greenland. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when you're dealing with barbaric people, you know what I mean? Then you have to kind of confront them at the very least, just to let everybody know, hey, a lot of us might die, but some of you gonna die too. You know what I'm saying? Like the senselessness of it. Just think about that, right? You could learn about the healthcare system. You could learn about the educational system. You could learn about the system in general. But no. Nobody want to learn from Denmark. The Americans don't want to learn from nobody. They don't want to learn from Denmark. They want to point the finger. You see what I mean? And it's just fucking ridiculous, man. It is so ridiculous. The conversation Americans need to be having right now about Denmark or Greenland is, can we get some of their health care over here to the US? And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, I would really love to tell you some more things about what Americans are doing in Denmark right now, because they are doing some things. But I can't tell you everything, and maybe in the next couple of days I will. Right. But I will tell you this much. 90 something percent of Americans that live in Denmark are pro Denmark and pro Greenland, like just straight up. And why is that? Because most Americans that come to Denmark, we respect what Danes have been able to do. Right. We respect that. Why? Because we don't fucking have our shit together in our own home country. That's why. It's just that simple. And you can't criticize, people can talk and debate about a lot of topics, but one thing you can't debate a Dane on is the fact that everyone has the right to an education. Everyone has a right to health care. You can't debate them on that. You see what I mean? If you want to get an education in Denmark, you can get it, and you don't get a bill sent to your home. No one can debate, and you can get an excellent education as fine as you can get in the U.S., and it doesn't matter if it's for technical school or university. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can get it. It's undebatable. It's not you can't debate it. You can't debate it. Danes take care of their people better than the United States of America takes care of its people. Flat out. Full stop. Okay? Full stop. The United States of America government could never, ever, ever they could never say that they care about their people as much as Denmark cares about its people. They could never say that they treat their people better than Denmark treats its people. They could never say that. You know what I mean? So the conversation we really need to have about the U.S. and Denmark is very simple. It's very simple. That is, when it comes to pride in your people, in your nationality, Danes are more proud to be Danes than Americans are more proud to be American. That's really what it comes down to. That's real, because Danes are so proud. They don't want one Dane to not get to have any reason for not getting an education. They don't want one Dane to have any reason for not being able to go seek to get a doctor or to have medical help. They don't want even one. In fact, let me tell you how proud they are of their country. They don't want one person that sets foot on this fucking land to not get emergency care guaranteed. No question. No question whatsoever. That's how proud Danes are. And I have to really give Danes, because see, I've always been a proud American. I've always been proud. I didn't really realize it. I mean, I had a good ass life. As a young person, I had a good life. As a young person, a young man, I had a almost movie fucking life, to be honest with you. Right. So I didn't have pride in the same way because I never really, how can I say this? I never, I had to really deal with the serious elements of life in the U.S., you could say, right? But when I started traveling, That's when my pride came out, because I realized that, damn, you know what? Actually, a lot of people do know our history. A lot of Danes know jazz music. A lot of Danes know African American history. Most Danes know about African Americans in the United States of America. Straight up. Most of them do. And I talk to many of them. And I'm talking about even older people older than me. I'm 55 years old. I'm talking about people that are like 65, 70. You know what I'm saying? Older, 70 something. They can tell me a lot, about the 60s, about the 70s. You see what I mean? In their time, right? They could tell me about even African Americans coming here to Denmark. Like, seriously, I'm not bullshitting you. But so that kind of makes you proud in a sense, because it lets you know that in some way you inspire others. Others get some inspiration from you and things like that. So that makes you proud. But let me tell you something else, though. But still, the ultimate pride in your own country really is based on how you treat your own goddamn countrymen, and how you treat the land that you stand on, how you treat it. You see what I mean? And I gotta say, we're not doing it well in the United States at all. We're persecuting people. We're actually persecuting people. And we create a criminal justice system. Families are getting really no support. You see what I mean? It's creating crime, right? This extreme level of capitalism. Even Denmark has a capitalistic engine, that makes the money roll around. They sell and trade every day. But when it comes to certain sectors, the government might step in and manage some things, like the healthcare system. They might manage it, but this parts of it is still private. You know what I'm saying? So they find a way to blend both. But you think about me living here. I think about the fact that how many people, first of all, in the U.S. that grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in Washington D.C. And if they had just had a little bit of the support that everyday people get in Denmark, which is just normal, they would be totally different people. I know people that would come from Denmark, right, that have probably never had a chance to even travel too far, right? But they would come and never had much in their family, right? Maybe they grow up in an urban city and things like this, and their parents struggle. Man, I know so many of those people. The one thing they would notice when they come over here is that Danes take care of their people, like straight up. You see what I'm saying? Like, so this is undeniable. So when I think about Trump having the nerve to point the finger at Denmark and even think to mess with them, yo, who the fuck do you think you are, dude? Like, you really think you really think you can do that? You really think you can roll around like that? Yo, let me tell you, it ain't gonna work. It's not going to work. Nothing about it is going to work, because first of all, to take Greenland, you have to take some people that are smarter than you. Like, the Greenlanders are fucking smarter than the motherfucking Americans. I'm just saying it. Like, who you going to send over there? Dumbass JD Vance? That Marco Rubio? Man, they know exactly what you about. They know Marco Rubio ain't about shit, because Marco Rubio doesn't have the pride that a Dane has in his own fucking country. You see that? And the Danes fucking know that. The Danes know JD Vance is just in it for the money. They know he's for sale. They know that. But Danes, they're a little harder to get into that world about just doing everything for the sale. I mean, I don't know too many Danes that would go this far to sell their motherfucking country out. It's goddamn Donald Trump, JD Vance, Marco Rubio, like straight up. Like, the ethics in Denmark, they're different. When you're talking about, they're a little different, man. They're not proud to be like that. They would not be, that's not looked highly upon in Denmark. It's not looked highly upon. You know what I'm saying? And, that's something that Americans need to learn from. That's something that I'm going to tell you, when they go over there today and have this meeting, I'm going to tell you, the Danes know they're doing it for their people when they show up to that meeting. Motherfucking JD Vance, Marco Rubio, Trump, everybody knows they ain't doing it for their people. Everybody knows they ain't doing it for. So you got like two total polar opposite fake ass motherfuckers and real ones, and the real people in the room. I have to say it will be the Danes, like straight up. I have to say that, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm an American. I live in Denmark, and it's my duty to inform Americans how real that is. Like, I'm not bullshitting you 1 second about what I'm saying. I'm not bullshitting you at all. You know, every people are a little different, but that's one of the things that's different about Denmark and Danes. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you need to know that as American citizens. Like, when our country comes out and fucks with them, there's nothing you can win. You can't win anything. You have only you've only showed your own arrogance and your own foolishness, because you could learn something from Danes. You could learn something from them, because they've been able to achieve something that a lot of places haven't been able to. You know, it tells you about their character when they decided themselves, every Dane has to have health care. Every Dane has to have an education. They said that coming out of the 60s. You see what I mean? 60s and 70s. That's what they said. You see what I mean? So you have to think about the mindset of the people that vote for that and say, yes, we have to have that. Just think about that. Just think about that. Meanwhile, in the U.S., we have our media bought, just paid for by corporations. They don't even want to have a conversation about the health care in Denmark. They don't want to have a conversation about it. It's almost like they don't even know there is universal health care in Denmark. I mean, really, I'm serious. I'm just saying, which one is talking about the healthcare system? Which American legacy media company is talking about the healthcare system in Greenland? You see what I'm saying? So it's very suspicious. It's very suspicious if you ask me. And I'm not trying to make it sound suspicious. I just mean in terms of journalism, it's almost like somebody with who controls the money is just saying, don't talk about that. We're talking about this. Like somebody who's very, very corporate, you know, is directing the traffic essentially, you know, because the obvious thing that you would do, since the United States, the real story here is that a country who has a hard time providing any fucking health care to its citizens is planning on attacking one that provides it to all its citizens. You see what I mean? The country that has people in debt for going to goddamn school for their whole life is thinking about attacking the country where everybody goes to school. Period. That's the real story here. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And so I just wanted to say that, you know, I actually, you know something, also one other thing, because I got some time and I need to spend a little time here. I want to let folks know, guess what? I'm going to start taking calls. I'm going to start taking live calls on my show. And I would love to have anybody call in. It doesn't have to be today, but I'm going to tell you, if you want to call in, all you have to do, let me pull this up, is go over to here. I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. Here it is, right here. Let me see here. Boom. Go to this. Is it this one? This Facebook page. Let me shut down my camera real quick. You see this one? V Media on Facebook. Go to this Facebook page. Click like, and all you got to do is send me a message and let me know that you'd like to be on the show. Right. And then, you know, if I catch you during the live, what you do is you log on. Right. When I call you, right, I'm going to chat with you for a second. When I call you, just turn on the camera so I can verify who you are, because I don't want any weirdos. You know what I'm saying? I want to verify who I'm talking to. I want to see that. And as long as you don't curse, right? And as long, you know, of course, I'm going to vet some people, because, you know, I just can't have strange people that I don't have any kind of inclination about what they want to talk about, or they haven't spent any time in the chat things like that. I'm not going to be taking calls just from people that never come into the chat or never, you see what I'm saying? That wouldn't work. But for people that do show up and people that do, actually participate, I want to hear from some of you all. So if you see that page, I don't know if you saw it. It's Facebook and it's just called V Media, right? And, you will see my picture there, right? And please don't give out your personal information to anybody because, people like to fake websites and fake Facebook pages and all of that shit. So don't give out any personal information in any message that you send. OK, just for your safety, so you don't get scammed by some weirdos. There's a lot of weirdos out there, a lot of internet scammers and whatnot. So, having said that, do that, Friars. Call in, you know what I'm saying? And I want some people from as many people as I can get from Denmark calling in, because I want Danes to talk about their feelings about this shit, so Americans can kind of hear what they feel. You know what I mean? So you get to hear from some Danes on this. You'll try not to cuss. Well, I mean, I try all the time, and it but it is an adult program, so it's 18 and over, so it's nobody under 18 on here, so and but yeah, so feel free if you do, let me know. Now if you go over there and you send me a message and the show is live, then just come back in the chat and say, hey, answer the Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Answer the message on Messenger or something like that. Let me know. Tyler. Is it Taylor? Taylor, what's up, Taylor? All right, good to see you. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, I was just telling folks that, listen, I'm going to put this back up for a second before we get into it. I'm going to start taking calls, right? And it can be today, it could be any day, right? But from here out, I'm going to start taking calls on my shows every once in a while, right? On the live streams. So if you want to call the show, all you got to do is go to my Facebook page, click like, and then, enter the messenger feature, right? And send me a message and let me know you want to come up. And if I don't answer it, you could also come back in the show live and say, check your Facebook. Boom. And I'll know what it's about. And I'll go check it, and then I can pick people up. I will call you and then get you on the program, and then you get a chance to chat, ask some questions, or say whatever it is you want to say. You know what I mean? Speak your truth. Let me know also how shit is going on the ground. Now the other thing is that, listen, I talk to some people every once in a while. I know people. Listen to me. My family is in Washington, D.C. You know what I'm saying? Like, the family I come from is in Washington, D.C., also in the northern part of U.S. and northern Maine, right? All the way in the top. I mean, I have family in the South. I got family in the North, but my immediate family is in D.C., right? And then I got cousins all in D.C., and I got family in New Jersey. I got family in South Carolina, I got family all over the East Coast, from the top to the bottom, right? But here's the thing, I have to say, every once in a while I check in with them to hear about stuff, because I see a lot of stuff in the news. I just see stuff in the news, and I see stuff in the media, and I see a lot, but it's nothing like talking to your people, you know what I mean, that you really know, so they can give you the rundown. The people that, that you really know, they can quickly explain to you how shit really is. And, and I could tell you, man, I'm talking to people, and the people I've been talking to told me that Americans are fucking pissed right now. That's what people are telling me. Like, Americans are fucking pissed. And it was interesting to hear that. I thought that would be the case, but it's always good to qualify the things that you see on TV with your own contacts personally, and it helps qualify some of the information. Now, I saw some data that also, shows that, Americans are really, really fucking pissed about this, right? I also saw data to some reports about ICE officers quitting. It's a lot of ICE people quitting. They're not doing as well as you think. They're not doing as well as you think. And it's out of fear. And also, fear and the feeling of what they're doing is wrong. A lot of fucking people. A lot of people. So things aren't going well for ICE right now, and I suspect that it's because they know they foul as hell, and also that people are pissed. And when American people get pissed, we're not used to being pushed around like that. That's number one. Number two, we do believe in our Constitution. And number three, we do believe in our gun rights. And it's only so long you're going to be running around here fucking over people like that and think that motherfuckers ain't going to really get off on you one day. Surprise. You know what I'm saying? And I just know my people. I know my people. They even got me thinking like that. I'm like, DC is a pretty fly ass city. You know what I'm saying? DC, and I done had a good ass life. DC, New York, a lot of fun going to see the nice places. A lot of art, a lot of cool ass things to do. Nice food, nice jazz. Nice jazz spots, nice all kinds of shit. And then now you just gotta push us to the brink where we thinking about thinking about confronting some of these people. And I have to tell you, I know myself and I know my friends, how we grow up. And I know, man, we ain't trying to take no motherfucking shit at all from no motherfucking, none of this bullshit, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I mean, I can't guarantee you won't get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm serious. And they should think that if people really wanted to be mean, there's a whole lot of shit people could be doing, already. You see what I mean? Because the way these motherfuckers walk around, they so out of it. They so out of it, man. They so out of it. I mean, look here. Oh my God. Let me just go over to this. Let's get into this a little bit. Oh my God. I mean, words can't even describe it. You know what I'm saying? Words. There's no point in even using words. This shit is off the hinges. You know what I'm saying? There's so much shit just to look at and marvel at. Damn, is it really fucking like that? It's so many goddamn things. But first of all, let's start here. The most sickening goddamn thing. I mean, it makes no motherfucking sense what is going on, but nonetheless, it is reality. It's real. I just don't know what to say about it, but this is how bad things are in the U.S. now. Where the hell is this damn video at? Hold on. Whoa. I'm missing something. 2 seconds, y'all. I think I went by it so fast. It's, is it here? Is it here? No, this isn't it. But we got to see that one. This one. This one. This one. This one. I think I'm close now. This one. And this one. Is it that one? This one. Look at this. Look at this. Here it is right here. Look at this, y'all. Check this out. Look at this. Here's this bastard.
Oh, y agarraron a alguien. Por...
¿Qué?
Look at this bastard.
¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
¿Cierto?
Oh, y agarraron a alguien. Por...
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
Why is he standing and look at the toilet? You see how big it is? Why is he going in there and closing the door?
Oh, y agarraron a alguien.
Then he busts his ass. I mean, what the hell is this?
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
This is America.
¿Cierto?
You know?
Oh, y
now I
agarraron
know
a
what,
alguien.
what Glover was talking about. This is America. I gotta carry him.
¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
Yeah, so this dude You see the porta potty. It's only like what, 4 feet long? Probably 4 feet long, 4x4, right? Something like that. I mean, the inside is obviously smaller than the outside, right? So, I mean, how much room is there really in that damn porta potty? And the fact that he went in there and closed the door, you know, and you know, and then he just falls on his ass. I mean, what is the necessity? Like, he went in there and shut the door. I'm sorry. That does not look right. That doesn't look right. It's something not right with that. It's something weird going. That I just don't get it. Like, why is the dude going to shut the damn door? What's the point? Like, I don't know what that is all about. But this guy really shut that damn door, and it's just, I don't know. I don't believe something didn't happen in there. What is it about them not being? It's these goddamn boots they have on. They just slip everywhere, but they just slip it. What the? Yo, but they don't actually wear real boots. I don't know if people have caught on to that, because I'm used to actually peeping what people are wearing, especially from the bottom. I like to know where people's weak spot is. And I noticed a lot of these ice people, they don't get boots issued. They have to buy their own boots. I'm pretty sure. I've seen so many of them in different kind of shoes and different kind of boots. And some of them will have like full uniforms on, full like military gear, goggles, helmets, all this shit, bulletproof vests. And then you look at the shoes and they don't have boots on. They have boots, but they're just some generic boots, or maybe they don't even have boots. But if they have boots, it's generic. It's not even like a military style boot, you know? And so I'm just curious about what that is. But look, the dude gets up, he goes in, and he shuts the door. And look, the door is shut because this video is out there. This video doesn't play it, you know, it to its entirety, but that door is shut fully. It fully shuts, and that is just. I'm sorry, but I can't. I have a suspicion that this is about something else, and I don't know what it is. But if you look at the data, let me just dig up the data real quick while I let this play. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let this play, and then I'm gonna pull up the data and read you guys some
Oh,
data.
y agarraron a alguien. Ah, por.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
¿Cierto?
Oh, y agarraron a alguien. Ah, por.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien. Oh, y agarraron a alguien. Ah, por.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
¿Cierto?
Oh, y agarraron a alguien. Ah, por.
Yeah, so there, and you know, you could see there's a couple there speaking. I don't know what language that is that they're speaking, but there's a couple there that's speaking, and I'm curious about what they're saying too. So if anybody knows what they're saying, let me know. Now, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
Calculating the exact number of sexual assault allegations within ICE detention is difficult because data is often split between different oversight bodies, and many reports suggest significant underreporting. However, recent studies and government reports provide a clear picture of the scale of the issue. 1. Annual statistics, the raw numbers. A major study published in 2023-2024 by researchers, digitally transforming ICE's own significant incident reports, analyzed allegations from 2018 through 2022. Total allegations: 922 sexual assault allegations were reported to facility administrations over a 44-month period. Monthly average: approximately 1.1 allegations per 1,000 detainees each month. Perpetrators: 66% were alleged to be other detainees. 29.5% were alleged to be facility staff, contractors. 4.1% were alleged to be non-detainee inmates, local criminals held in the same facility. 2. The substantiation gap. One of the most controversial aspects of these reports is how few allegations are substantiated, proven to have occurred according to the investigators. Overall substantiation rate, only 12.8% of total allegations were substantiated. Staff allegations, only 3.3% of allegations against staff were substantiated, compared to nearly 30% for allegations against other inmates. The backlog. Government audits have frequently found that the DHS Office of Inspector General, OIG, has a massive backlog, with some cases remaining open for over 5 years without a conclusion. 3. Recent 2025-2026 crisis reports. As of January 2026, new investigations have highlighted a surge in complaints linked to the rapid expansion of detention facilities. Fort Bliss, Texas, in late 2025, the ACLU and other rights groups filed formal complaints citing dozens of accounts of violent assaults and sexual abuse by officers at the newly expanded Fort Bliss site. Senator Ossoff's investigation. A July 2025 report identified over 510 credible reports of human rights abuses in DHS custody since January 2025, with at least 41 of those specifically involving physical and sexual abuse. Vulnerable populations. Data indicates that LGBTQ+ detainees are disproportionately targeted, accounting for roughly 12% of victims despite being a tiny fraction of the total population. Why the numbers might be higher. Independent watchdogs like Freedom for Immigrants and the Government Accountability Office, GAO, have historically argued that official ICE numbers are low because reporting barriers. Detainees often fear that reporting abuse will result in retaliation, solitary confinement, or a faster deportation. Data failure. A GAO audit found that ICE headquarters was never informed by field offices of roughly 40% of sexual abuse allegations occurring at the local level. Blackout sites. During periods of government shutdowns or rapid expansion, like late 2025, oversight inspections have dropped by as much as 36%, leading to information blackouts in major facilities. Would you like me to find the contact information for organizations that provide legal aid to detainees, or perhaps more info on the specific anti-commandeering laws that affect how states can oversee these federal facilities?
No, I don't need that. Let me see something here though. But this is more. Let me see. There's some more data here. 2 seconds. Here we go. Come on, open up. What's going on here with this? Why is it not doing that? I don't get it, man. Two seconds, y'all. Sorry about this. It's a little delay. Why is it doing that? Here, open this up. Oh, can I do it like that? Okay, I could do it like this then. Let's see if that works out. Did it do it? No. Why is this one not opening up? That's what I don't understand. Let me try that over. Sorry about the delay, folks. 2 seconds. Why is it not opening up? Is it this? I just want to get the other data I had up also. Let me see. I was reading through it a little earlier, some hours ago. Let me see this. Come on. Is this not opening or what? I don't know why this one is not. Oh, what? Okay, well, let me just pull it up again. Maybe I can do it like this. Nope. Is this it? Okay, that didn't come up. All right, so let me just search for it again. I don't know why that didn't happen. Yeah, something's not happening right here. I don't know what it is. Oh, you know what I can do? Forget this. Let me just shut this one down. I will change. 2 seconds. Sorry about this, y'all. Every once in a while, this happens. Let me see. Let me just go over to this one instead. It's probably working better. Yeah, okay. Now I can read you the other data. There is also the fact that this ICE agent list has been, there's a list that was leaked of ICE agents' names. I don't know how many thousand. It's a lot of names though. It's a big leak, and it's a whole damn website that has it up. I'm gonna also review that too. But let me see. Does this one gonna work now? Can I open this? This is insane. I don't know what is going on. It's just not letting me do it. Okay, let me try this. How many okay, I think it's working now. Okay, I think this is the one I got. Now check this out. Listen, 2018 to 2021, 922 allegations, right? These are people that are saying they were assaulted by ICE agents. A study published in JAMA analyzing sexual assault reports from 129 U.S. immigration detention facilities found. So that's 129. U.S. immigration detention facilities found 922 reported sexual assault allegations in that period. Of those, 272, 29%, were alleged to involve facility staff, including officers, with the rest involving other detainees or non-detainee inmates. Okay? Then it says 308 complaints. 308 complaints from 2015 to 2021. Public records obtained by PBS NewsHour and Futuro Investigates documented 308 sexual assault and sexual abuse complaints filed by immigrants in ICE detention across the U.S. between 2015 and 21. These include allegations against guards, contracted officers, and other staff. Historical reporting between 2010 and 2017, investigative reporting. The Intercept has indicated around 1,222 incidents of sexual abuse and assault reported in ICE custody from 2010 to September 2017, though only a small fraction were investigated. Senate and Civil Rights reports the U.S. Senate Review and civil rights organizations have documented hundreds of credible reports of abuse and immigration detention in more recent years, including dozens involving physical and sexual abuse, although these reports cover multiple types of mistreatment and not exclusively ICE agent perpetrated assault. Okay, so actually this happens from time to time, but let me see. How many were there? Let me try to find out one. Were there any? Let me see. I just want to find out if there's any cases where okay, this says there's no verified credible reports in reputable news or official sources showing that actual immigration customs enforcement agents have been accused of sexually assaulting someone at the moment of arrest or during an arrest interaction. Okay, here's the reliable breakdown. Now let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you all this. What do you think about this? Like, don't you think, I mean, have any questions come to your mind? Like, I look at this right here. Look, there seems to be, let me take my camera off again. Look at this. There seems to be some questions that arise. Number one, they're parked right there. So is the idea that they came to the porta potty so the person could use the bathroom? Is that so they stopped there? I'm curious about that. like I wonder how long the camera is too. This is another thing I wonder about. Like, I wonder, is more going to come out about this? Like, because I also researched, where did they get the footage from? And obviously, whoever has that footage doesn't want to be known, right? They don't actually want to be known. And I'm curious if they have more footage. Like, how long is the footage? Obviously, to me, it seems like the actual footage is much longer, and they just leaked one part of it. So I'm curious, like, did they do that on purpose just to see what ICE's response would be? Like, because ICE had a response, right? ICE said that, what did they say? That they went in there, that the guy was attempting to make sure the person was safe. Isn't that what they said? Let me see here. Let me just pull that up here. Here we go. Now let me know. Let me look in the chat. I'm curious about this. Okay, Fries said be back later. Okay, Fries. Let me see who else. My girl can run for 2 miles. Pretty. Oh, that's Eric. What's up, Eric? DeVildo. What's up? Okay, we got names and addresses. Yeah, is that what you heard? Yeah, I mean, yo, I'm gonna check this shit right now. But listen, hold on, let me finish this. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see what y'all was talking about because I saw the chat running. Listen, okay, so it says, a video has circulated on social media that appears to show the U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement agents entering a porta potty while escorting a detainee, and then entering the enclosure with them. Yes, the footage has gone viral, drawing criticism and public attention. Here's why what's publicly reported about it. Okay, viral video and ICE agents and a detainee approaching a porta potty. Short clip from Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, appears to show an ICE agent escorting a handcuffed person into a portable toilet, then following them inside while another agent waits outside. The video has been widely shared and sparked outrage and confusion online. Yeah, that's confusing to me. Like, it just raises a lot of questions. Okay. ICE's response, the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE, acknowledged the video and stated that the person in custody was a male who needed to use the restroom. Listen, how many of you have I'm just telling you, look, this ain't the first damn time a man had to use the damn toilet. Is it normal? Do you think it's normal that an officer would come in the porta potty with you? Like, do you think that's normal? Put a 1 in the V. Is your book linked to your page? One of them is, yeah. One of them is linked to the page. And then this one about Pump Me Up, right? It's not my book, but it's written by Roger Gassman and Yosef Padasal, right? It's about subculture in DC, right? So me and my homeboys are also in this book, right? But this is all about DC. This one, it's all about subculture. So it's about go-go. It's got pictures. It's about gangs in DC in the 80s and 90s. It's about graffiti in DC in the 80s and 90s, right? Yeah. So that book is about subculture. It's about punk rock in DC in the 80s and 90s also. So, but yeah. I'm saying, like, what's up with this? What's up with this? What dude? I don't know any dude that's trying to follow another dude into the porta potty. I mean, directly and shut the door. Like, can't you just wait, leave the door open and just wait? Like, what the hell is going on? What is the dude going to do? Just think about this. If the guy got to take a dump, then that means he's got to turn around and face you, sit down on a porta potty. Why are you going to be in there standing directly in front of a dude that's taking a dump? And if he's not taking a dump, then he's taking a piss. Excuse my language, ladies. Excuse my language. But if he's not taking a dump, then he's taking a leak. So why do you need to stand there? If he's just taking a leak, why does the door need to be closed? That I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't understand this shit. I'm sorry, man. Something there is not right. Something there is not right. Unless you just dealing with a nasty motherfucker, yo. I don't get it. This is not right. This is not right. This is not right at all. You know? And yeah, you saw this on Midas Touch. Yeah, exactly. This is everybody's playing this shit right now. This is insane. This is just one more. This is what lets you know this is the Trump administration. I mean, this only happens in the Trump administration. Weird shit like this, you know, and they're going to explain it away. No one can really explain it. So you went there. It was a man. So that makes it better because just because it's a man, it's supposed to mean nothing went down in there. No, that's not what it's supposed to mean. But I'm assuming. I'm assuming they were just wanted to make sure, you know, I don't know. It's weird. But to me, I can't figure this one out. And I just have to assume if you're that close to another person in a porta potty and you went in there with them, something else must be going on than just using the bathroom. That's my thoughts on it, you know. Yeah, and maybe that's my mind, but I wouldn't go in. What would be the reason of me going in the toilet with another dude? I mean, what would or a girl or a woman? What would the point be? If she got to take a dump, I don't want to smell that shit. If he got it, and then if he's taking a piss, that means the dude don't got to take his pants down all the way. He could just pull his Johnson out, take a piss, have his back turned to me. That means the door can be open. He ain't gonna get cold. What the fuck is going on here? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, it don't make sense. I just don't see. I don't see why anybody would be going in there. Is Fugazi? Yeah, Fugazi is in this book, man. Actually, you know, everybody's just in this book from DC if they in punk rock. And you got Brad Brains in this book. Let me see. Is Fugazi in the damn book? I know Fugazi. I know one of the guys that played bass for Fugazi. Steve, guy named Steve. Yeah. I went to school with Steve one year, man. We used to actually be good friends, me and Steve, man. He's a funny dude, man. But let me see something. Let me see. Who do they got in here in the punk section? It's a big ass book. This book is huge. And anybody back in the 80s and 90s is in this book. You know what I'm saying? And you know, let me see something. It don't matter if you're talking about punk rock music. It doesn't matter if you're talking about go-go or if you're talking about gangs in DC or if you're talking about graffiti, right? But let me see. Where's the let me see. Where is this at? It's a beautiful book, by the way. I wish I could show you all more of it. It's a beautiful book, by the way. You know, it's a beautiful book. And it's probably it's well done. You know, they did a great job on it. But what's up with this shit, man? What is up with this? Like, who the hell is following people into the porta potty? I'm sorry, folks can't let that go. You can't let that go. Things have to be explained. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just going to look at this one more time. Just look at this shit. This is the weirdest thing. This is weird. This is just weird. Just straight up weird. How is that ICE dude going to go into the damn porta potty with a person and shut the door? Now, you see the size of the porta potty right there. This is a regular porta potty. This ain't no luxury. This ain't no luxury skyrise porta potty. This is the small one, and you get inside it, it's smaller. Okay. So what's the dude going to do? Tell me. Is he going to take a leak right now, or is he going to take a dump? You tell me. 1 for leak, 2 for dump. What say you, chat? 1 for leak, 2 for dump. What the hell? Yeah, they crushed Grinder out this one. You right? But I'm being serious when I ask this question. Hold on. What is he doing? is this man here about to take a dump or a leak? Which one is it? I mean, how would you, I'm just really curious about this. Like, this is wrong. Something's really wrong about this. Something's really wrong about this. The guy gets out. He's about to go in. ICE agent comes after him. He's about, and then you don't even look. ICE agent falls. Number one, what's that all about? What the hell is that all about? Why the hell does this dude fall? But then he gets up,
¿Qué?
and lo and behold, what does he do? He goes in the damn porta potty and shuts the door. What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell is going on? He goes in there, dude. What is that about? What's going on? I'm sorry, but this is the weirdest shit this has to be explained. This have to be explained. The person has to be accounted for also. They need to show us that this person is, they have to be interviewed, because I'm sorry. Okay, I got a better question. How many of you would do with that I don't even want to say officer, what that law enforcement person did? How many of you would go in the toilet with him? I mean, how many of you would actually go in there? Would that be your first thought? Like, I better go in there to make sure they're safe. I mean, I'm like, I could make sure they safe with the motherfucking door open. I don't have to lock the door. What the fuck? Just go in and shut the door behind me. How close are you going to be to the person? Like, this means you're standing right in front of the person while they taking a dump or they taking a piss. I'm sorry, that is just weird. That's weird. That's weird. But this is really what's happening. This is really what people have to deal with today. Like, this is ICE. And look, this has been a real fast year. A slow year. This has only been 1 year. It feels like hell. It feels like hell. Like, when is this alternative universe going to fucking end? It's too much. It's too much for people.
¿Cierto?
Y agarraron a alguien.
I mean, the only thing it just shows you just like pure, I have a strange feeling. This is pure incompetence. Something else is going on. Like, not only can the dude not even get out of the car without busting his ass, he gets up and walks inside the porta potty with the detainee. Where is this heard of? Who does this? You shoot a woman in the head one day. You go down there, you run down and say, take a look at her, see if she's dead, and then you don't even try any life-saving help yourself, right? You don't want to shot her. You don't even try life-saving help. You just walk away. Okay, so we got that unprofessionalism. And then all of a sudden we supposed to believe this motherfucker is like concerned about this. I went in to make sure he didn't, he was safe. Somehow I don't believe that. Somehow I don't believe that. That don't sound, I just don't buy it. To me, it sounds like there's something else going on. Oh, somebody said not creepy at all, bro. What you talking about? Eric, what? Are you serious, Eric? Oh, okay. You must be talking about something else, man. Because nah, man. I'm sorry, Eric. Yo, that door got to stay open. I'm not going in that damn porta potty. I don't care if he's taking a piss or I'm a goddamn man. I know how to stand outside in the cold. He's got on clothes, work clothes for the outside, man. Shit. What's the necessity? The dude if you got to take a piss or a dump, get in there and take one. What the hell? Like, what's this got to do with it? There's only one option. The door has to be open. If I'm concerned, the door has to be open. But I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be up in there with you. Goddamn. What's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know. But in any case, that's one thing going on. Now, here's the next thing. This is even better. Check this out. This is, some of these comments crazy. All right, let me see something. So, all right, now this is something to celebrate. the next thing to celebrate, this is really great. As a matter of fact, can I pull that up over here? Let me pull that over to this side. Let me pull that in there. Am I in here? Yes. Now this is wonderful, y'all. This is wonderful. You won't believe this. You won't believe this. This is a leak. This is
Here's
what
a clear,
leaked.
up-to-date summary of what's being reported about the leak of ICE officer names and personal data. TheNationalDesk.com. What happened? A large amount of personally identifiable information about U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, and other Department of Homeland Security, DHS staff was leaked online and shared with a website called ICE List. The leak is said to include details such as names, work emails, phone numbers, roles, and sometimes employment history, tied to about 4,500 personnel, including roughly 2,000 frontline ICE agents and 150 supervisors.
Oh, what?
Who released it? According to reports from outlets like the Daily Beast and The Independent, the dataset was provided by a whistleblower within the Department of Homeland Security to the volunteer-run ICE List project.
Yes.
ICE List is a publicly available database that says it tracks individuals connected with immigration enforcement through public records, e.g. government directories, court filings, FOIA requests. Scale and content. This is being described as the largest known breach of DHS ICE staff data. The database now reportedly contains information on around 6,500 people total, as it combines previous data with the new leak.
6,500.
The ICE List site allows users to browse or contribute information about federal immigration staff and related incidents. Reactions and controversy. DHS officials and agency representatives have condemned the leak, saying that releasing agents' names and personal info puts their safety and that of their families at risk and could constitute criminal offences. Supporters of the leak argue that greater transparency is needed around immigration enforcement, especially amid recent controversies, such as public outcry over the ICE-involved shooting of a civilian in Minneapolis. What is and isn't clear? Official confirmation: DHS has not publicly verified every detail of the leak or its scope. Much of the available information comes from ICE List's founder and reporting by media outlets based on that claim. Safety concerns. Because the information is now online and ICE List is hosted abroad, US law authorities may have limited ability to remove it.
Exactly.
Broader context. There have been previous incidents where personal information of law enforcement personnel, including ICE agents, surfaced online due to hacking or doxing campaigns. Though the current situation involving thousands of names linked to ICE List is the most widely reported and discussed instance in early January 2026. If you want, I can also explain what rights or laws apply to handling this type of leaked government personnel data, or what ICE's official policy is on withholding agent identities for safety security reasons.
Okay, so let me
Just
see
let me
here.
know.
Let me just put this in the chat real quick. Here's the list, by the way. Let me put this in the chat for people that want to check it out. From what I hear, it's up and it's down periodically, right? So anybody want to know where that came from, it's here, right? Damn, that is yeah, there we go. And ICE List, but check it at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously anything could be going on there, right? So be careful. Be careful. That would be my advice. Let me see here. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I already went there. I already went myself. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, let me check this shit out." And but then the button didn't work for the download to get the list. But there's a message on there that says it's up and it's down. But the bottom line is you can get that list. That list is out there, and I like the fact that the list is out there. I think it will do some good, because listen, these people, the way Kristi Noem has conducted herself, the way she's been two-faced, just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. Like when you ask these people to be civilized, right? And you ask them to be concerned.
I'm an
right?
AI.
Can I stop this? Right. You ask them questions that are concerning about your own life, right? When you ask Kristi Noem or you ask this administration a question that a responsible person normally would be able to answer, what you get back is no kind of care. Look at how ice cold her face is here. Check this out. She's just going to gaslight and gaslight and gaslight. And this is the best you can get, no matter what they do. If they shoot you in the face, this is what you get. Look.
I don't actually even know what you're talking about when I ask questions as if like that's an assertion. It's a question. How can you make a conclusion before an investigation? And there really isn't an answer other than you saw the video. I want to ask a question about the rules of how law enforcement is allowed to engage when feeling threatened, per your assertions. Because I want to show some video to you right now and ask, what is the appropriate response for the police officers in this situation? Those are law enforcement officers being physically attacked. By this standard, would any of those officers be justified in shooting and killing the people causing them physical harm?
Every single situation is going to rely on the situation those officers are on. But they know that when people are putting hands on them, when they are using weapons against them, when they are physically harming them, that they have the authority to arrest those individuals.
The president pardoned every single one of those people.
And make sure that they're getting justice for their actions going forward.
President Trump pardoned every single one of those people.
And every single one of these investigations comes in the full context of the situation on the ground. And that's one thing that President Trump has been so focused on, is making sure that when we're out there, we don't pick and choose which situations are and which laws are enforced and which ones aren't. Every single one of them is being enforced under the Trump administration, and the clarity of the law stands. And if people don't like it, these members of Congress and elected officials should go change the law and make sure they have that debate and policy change.
I just showed you video of people attacking law enforcement officers. Undisputed proof, undisputed evidence. And I just said President Trump pardoned all of them. And you said that President Trump is enforcing all the laws equally. It's just not true. There's a different standard for law enforcement.
Now look at her face. I'm sorry, I got to take this back because she has this kind of look on her face like she doesn't give a damn. She doesn't give a damn. She doesn't care at all. Like, I'm wondering myself, when I look at her and look at how stone cold she is, like, I'm wondering, where did Trump meet her? Like, you know, has she been abused, psychologically abused? You know, is she like, where do they know her from? Because this lady definitely seems like she doesn't care about life, period. Like, there's something very demented about her. And, but in any case, back to the real topic. The point is this. You know, when you think about these ice leaks and whether that's a good thing or whether you're happy or not, I'm totally happy about it because in my mind, she don't give a damn any damn way. She don't care. So people are left no choice, because if you don't clap for this leak, listen, these people they will do the cruelest things to folks. They already have done the cruelest things to folks. It's so cruel. Like, this is the kind of shit we're doing. Hold on. This is the kind of shit we do.
What's the real way to keep...
Stop that. Check this out. Check this out. It gets worse, man. There's some things that I had, and it is so bad. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's even necessary to show it. Man, oh no, it's not here. But there's one that is so bad. There was this guy, a mother got snatched from a young boy. And the boy was crying like hell. And he was just crying, no, no, no. And he was all by himself. And the mother was outside of the car talking to them. Here it is right here. Look at this. Is a 16-year-old boy. Listen to this. And this is what I mean about the cruelty. So I don't feel bad at all about, this ice leak. I think that's the only thing that's going to, make these people stop. So you can see they're talking to the mom right there. They're talking to the mom, and then all of a sudden they just drag her down. That is so cruel, you know. And then they just shut the door. The boy wants to get out. It's his mother, and they just did that. I mean, it's his. They, you know. I'm just sorry, but listen. This kind of stuff is the cruelest thing you could do to a human being. This is the cruelest thing you could do to a human being, and I'm sorry, but I don't have any motherfucking mercy for. I hope that those names, the only thing I could say is I hope that the names that were released were people that were out on the street right now under Trump right now, like straight up. I hope that's the case. And, you know, because what they have done, you know, they're talking about it endangers their life. No, motherfucker, it's saving life. That leak, if it's anyone that's been out there on the street, that list is going to save lives. That list is going to save a lot of lives, you know. And, yeah. I really, you know, have no remorse for anybody that is connected to anything related to this kind of horror. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally, I don't, you know? Oh, yeah, somebody said, DeVito said, how can we move there? I have a trans son. I'm scared. Oh, shit, man. I mean, how can you move here? It's the immigration laws in Denmark, you know? They have some humanitarian law immigration though going on. They have some humanitarian immigration. So at the end of the day, you would have to apply for humanitarian immigration rules, but they do have some, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, yeah, but there's other ways, obviously, you know, you know, if you get a job from a company that's here, you know, they can also get you here. Or if you're, you know, for some reason, if you're married to, you know, somebody that's here, a Dane or something, or, you know, a Danish citizen, you know, that kind of thing. Or if you have kids that are here, you know what I'm saying? You know, all those things you can get. But yeah, man, I understand. Like, listen, it's horrible times, but I think that list is going to help people like your son. Like, it's going to help this thing, you know, come to an end, hopefully. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think people are so pissed off right now. And I am also. I'm not just pissed off. It's deeper than pissed off. I just have no respect for people that would do this kind of stuff. I have zero respect. And, you know, it does have to end. And I think, sadly enough, these people only learn when their ass is getting hurt or their ass is on the line. And I think that list, you can't hear me? Check 1 2. You can hear me. I think something you got to check out, Taylor. I'm here. Well, let me double check. What was I saying? I feel like, sadly, they only going to learn when it's their ass up for grabs. I hate to say that, but it seems like that's how some people only learn. Some people only learn when it's their life about to be affected. And I think that list helps, you know, helps people think, you know, they might think a little bit more about this shit. Cause now that somebody know who your ass is. Oh, you right. 2 seconds. Oh, the audio is good. You can hear it. Let me see something. Check 1 2. Okay, yeah. It's there. The audio's good. And for me, I'm like, I'm sorry, but when you go out there, these people, I'm just telling you, there's no way that these people didn't know that these things are wrong. And when you get out there and you're an ICE agent and you see something like a mother get ripped from her child and this child crying like that, that's your sign to fucking quit. That's the sign to quit that job and go to the newspaper. Because if you stay on board with something like that, yo, man, you just become, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You know, your immigration reform can be done without cruelty. That's, you know, and that is a must. That is a must. You know, it is not necessary to be cruel to people. That I'm sorry, I don't, and you can't do that in the name of Americans. You can't do that kind of cruelty in our fucking name. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? And I talked to a lot of my buddies, man. Like, my pops was in the military, number one. Number two, when my buddy was in the military. One of my closest buddies in the military. One of my other closest buddy, his father was in the military. Purple Heart. Veteran. One of my other homies was in the military in the Marines. Like, yo, man, what the fuck, dude? You can't be going around. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. These people, they put Americans' lives in danger when they do that. These ICE people put every American's life in danger when they do that. When we don't have responsible people practicing ethics, decent ethics, they put everybody in danger. They put our military in danger. They put our civilians in danger. That's what they do. You see what I mean? And you can't be the good guy and the bad guy at the same goddamn time. Like, you can't do that. And so this is just so foul. So I'm happy their motherfucking names got out there, because if that's what need to happen to get their attention, to get them to understand you're also vulnerable, this has consequences, I'm just like, okay, yeah, good. I want to read the motherfucking list. I would like to read the list myself. Why not? I want to know, who are these jokers? Where do they live? What town do they come from? What is this all about? I want to know. Everybody deserves to know the pathology behind people that participate in that. And I don't give a fuck what your color is or your background. Everybody, because there's some crazy people in it. You see, there's some diverse, crazy fucks out there. Here's one more that is just totally, it just makes you wonder, what the fuck are these people? What's going on with this? And it's so blatant. Look at this. It's so goddamn blatant. Look at this. Look at this bullshit right here. Check this out.
This is Concord land. This is Concord land, buddy.
That doesn't make any very fucking
This is Concord land. Patriots, get out of here. We need to back up.
Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are fucking terrorists. These people are terrorists. They hate our country. They hate everything we stand for. Who's we? What do you mean? The people that are watching. You're European. What do you stand for? Unless you're Native American. What do you stand for? You're an immigrant too. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, what a pretty guy.
This is Concord land. This is Concord land, buddy.
That doesn't make any very fucking
This is Concord land. Patriots, get out of here. We need to back up.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, what a pretty guy.
This is Concord land. This is Concord land, buddy.
And see, I put this comment up there, right, where I said, it says now they want Greenland also, because look, this is the mentality. This is the mentality of the people that they talking about. They want Greenland. This is the mentality. This is conquered land now. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. And this is the crazy thing about it. Listen, one thing people need to know about Greenlanders, right? Not that this has something to do with Greenland. It does have something to do, because this is the mentality of the people that want to own Greenland. They talking about owning it. This dude is sitting there talking about, this is conquered land. This is conquered land. He's so proud to say that. This is conquered land. The other guy is saying, you're an immigrant too. He's like, this is conquered land, buddy. This is not stolen land. This is conquered land. He's proud to say. And I bet you he ain't had shit to do with it. None of his relatives either. I mean, this is how bizarre these people become. I mean, I'm serious. I bet you his family had nothing to do with nothing about conquering nothing in America. It's a lot of these immigrants. They come over and just start saying this shit after 1-2 generations. They're like proud. It's crazy. Like that dude. I'm telling you. He may have zero connection with the U.S. past 1 or 2 generations, and he's like, "This is conquered land." He's taking credit for some shit that happened hundreds of years ago, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people feel that way. Like, but here's the thing: one thing folks need to know about Greenlanders, right, is that guess what they learn when they go to school? Guess what language they teach in? Greenlandic. their own native language. You see what I mean? They have their native language. If you're a Dane that grows up maybe for some reason in Greenland, because some do, guess what language you speak? Greenlandic. You might speak Danish also. Danish is like a second language, but they learn in school in Greenlandic. Now, how many Americans, what school have you gone to in the U.S. where they taught a Native American language? You know, tell me, anybody know a school where they taught a Native American language in the U.S.? Like, what school is it? You know, and see, these people talking about, you know, they want to go to Greenland. But listen, here's another one. Check this out. This is they have a lot now. Now Greenlanders got hip and Danes got hip, and they were like, yo, you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn this, what do you call it? You know what they say? They say bad publicity is good publicity. You know, any publicity is good publicity, because now you get to show the world who you are since all the attention is on you, right? But take a look at this. Take a look at what the Danish guy said, who's in Greenland, you know, and it's so wonderful what he said. Check this out. I mean, these two things intersect. You know, what's going on in Greenland and what's going on in the U.S. with immigrants. They intersect. Look at this. Check this out. Check out what he says. It's a Danish guy.
And how they treat local people in Alaska.
Yeah, and how they treat local people in Alaska. Look at this. You see what I'm saying?
They treat local people in Alaska.
Right.
It's up.
So what's your message to Donald Trump?
Don't try to buy Greenland. You can't do it. It's not for sale.
We are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not.
One way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
I would like to make a deal, you know, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
Frustration is growing here in Greenland over Trump's comments. So much so, the political leaders have issued a joint statement saying they don't want to be Americans, they don't want to be Danish, they want to be Greenlanders. So I've come here to meet with locals to see what they want to happen next.
What should I say? It's horrible.
How do you think Greenland politicians should respond?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe slam on the table and ask him to stop. It is horrible to feel that they want to use the power, the military power, and we don't have any power at all. We do have a little bit from the Danish side, but it is not enough.
1% maybe say, oh, let's get dollars here. But if you look in how they treat local people in Alaska, and if you transfer that to here, we have a lot of social problems. And if they transfer the American way to treat people, it will go really bad.
You see that?
Really
you see that?
I feel uneasy.
You see that? So they're very aware that if you did things the American way in Greenland, it would be even worse, because the U.S. has a reputation of treating its own people like shit, straight up, let alone native people. You see what I mean? But really, I mean, all one needs to do is look to natives in Alaska and see how they're treated, you know, and why would any Greenlander want that treatment? And it's the same when you go here and you look at this statement that this bozo makes, right? He's so proud to make this statement about what was the statement he made about it being conquered land? Like, this bozo, this is what is, I mean, I don't even think he even thought about it.
Really? Oh, really? Oh, what a pretty guy.
This is conquered land. This is conquered land, buddy.
That doesn't make any very fucking
This is conquered land. Patriots, get out here. We need to back up.
Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are fucking terrorists. These people are terrorists. They hate our country. They hate everything we stand for.
Who's we? What do you mean?
The people that are watching.
You're European.
What do you stand
Unless
for?
you're Native American.
What do you stand
you're
for?
You're an immigrant too.
Oh, really? Oh,
is
really?
stolen
Oh,
land.
what a pretty guy.
This is conquered land. This is conquered land, buddy.
You see, actually, you know, these things intersect perfectly. They intersect perfectly. This is the same thing. This is exactly the same thing. He's saying what Donald Trump would like to say. You know what I mean? He's really, I mean, this is really what's going on here. And I'm talking about the energy that is behind these buffoons, you know, not that they would get away with it. Not that it's going to turn out the way they think. No. But just to study the arrogance behind it and the feeling behind it. The fact that he would even say something like that. He's saying what Mark Rubio, what JD Vance, what Donald Trump really think about Greenlanders. Like, that we can conquer you. Like, today in 2025, they thinking about conquering what? You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not thinking about sharing. That guy that's talking, he's not even thinking about where is he going to get his health care from. He's not even thinking about that. He's not even thinking of anywhere close to what the richest country, the people of the richest country on earth should be thinking. You know, when you have that much wealth, you should be the nicest, humblest people on fucking earth. You should be happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be stressed out. You shouldn't be treating people poorly. You should have, in Denmark, they have a saying. What's the saying? Damn, let me think. I haven't said it in a while too. Der plads til alle. You know how many times I've heard that statement? Der plads til alle. I as an American, it took me a while to even understand, to really just to understand, like, who would say there's space for everyone? But when I first came to Denmark, I used to hear that statement all the time, der er plads til alle. Sure, there's some Danes that don't feel that way, but just the fact that you have Danes that are saying it. When was the last time you heard an American say there's space for everybody? When was the last time you heard that? You know what I mean? It's like a concept we don't even get. And we're the richest country on earth. And there's people that have less money, less power, that actually say things like that. Der plads til alle. That's humble. You see what I mean? That's not poor. That's not ignorant. That's not humble. I won't say humble. That's universal. That's universal to say that. You know what I mean? That means you have something inside of you. You have something that you kept inside of you that nobody was able to take. You know what I mean? Something about beauty or care about other people, love about other people. You see what I mean? Caring about more than just yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a phrase, plads til alle. And then you mix it up with this bozo here. He's saying the exact opposite.
That doesn't make any very fucking
This is Concord. Patriots, get out here. We need to back up.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, what a pretty guy.
This is Concord land. This is Concord land, buddy.
That doesn't make any very fucking
This is Concord land. Patriots, get out here. We need to back up.
Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota.
And you know,
these people are.
This guy may not even have health care. You know what I'm saying? And he's so proud of being a colonizer. Like, he's willing to even say it. And he probably doesn't have health care. You know, it's ecumenical. Is that what it? Ecumenical? Let me see that. Let me look that word up. I'm sorry. You just it was incommunicable. Let me see. Did I spell that right? Did I spell that right? Incommunicable. I think I did. Right. Okay. Means promoting unity or cooperation specifically among different religious groups. While yeah, exactly. Well, not religious groups, but people, right? Bring people together, different denominations. You know, they're plads til alle. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard that a lot of times. I've heard that a lot of times as an American from a Dane. You know, they're plads til alle. Not that there's not some that maybe don't say that, but or don't have that feeling, but a lot do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm really. How can I say this? We really looking bad as Americans right now. We looking real bad. I mean, our ass is being shown. I mean, when we have people like this out in the street, I don't know if that was the whole idea. Like, you know, let it show its head. You know, let the nasty, just people with no damn heart, no care, Let them show themselves. So, because if you don't show yourself, you really can't, nobody can really do anything about it. If you don't show your true self, and now they're showing their true selves. Like, at least everyone has an opportunity to see it for what it is. Now, I know this for a fact. I mean, because people in the world are smart. They know that there's different political groups in the U.S. They know there's MAGA that don't give a damn. And they know there's liberals, whatever you want to call that, people that aren't in a hurry to be bigoted towards each other. That's basically what liberals are, right? We're not in a hurry. We're not going to choose bigotry. That won't be we're not proud of bigotry. MAGA, they proud of bigotry, right? So people around the world, they know there's different U.S. political parties. They know there's two parties. They know there's not only just two parties, but they know there's this extremist American view and a more liberal American view, whatever, that might be diverse. But, so people know that this is the right wing, the U.S. style of right wing governing U.S. right wing political style that is running the country right now. Everybody knows it. You see what I mean? They're very aware. They're not confused by it. They know that it's possible that they will be gone in some time. They know that's possible. But this is so bad. Even when they're gone, we're going to have to make up for it. The Americans that ain't up for this shit, the Americans that voted differently, didn't vote for Trump, the Americans that understand what the issues are, we have a lot of work to do, because these people have fucked up whatever reputation we had, and people were already kind of not that happy. You know what I'm saying? When you in the back of the bus, in Danish they call it Rosini Pulsen. You know what I'm saying? Like the raisin on the end of the hot dog. We keep pulling up the back of the bus. Clean energy, education. The things that make you civilized. We pulling up for the Western world. We come last in the Western world, and people get tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And people get tired of it. And, at some point we have to stop, having this bipolar America. You know what I mean? Where you go this way and this is your identity, and then all of a sudden you swing, boom, then it's this way. Like, I'm sorry, that's not working. People are fucking tired of that. People are very, very tired of that. And it's almost like we haven't found our soul for real, because when you find yourself, you settle down in it. It becomes you. It becomes steady. It becomes consistent. It becomes a norm, right? It just seems like we can't get these goddamn norms. We can't get things to just be normal. The things that are normal, education, no, we can't get it to be normal. Things that are like the basics, healthcare, childcare, it can't be a norm in here. They just won't let something that is so good for everybody, that's going to help the kids be raised a little better without the toxic situation, the worry, the stress that they have to internalize, the families, the worries, the stress that the families that are rearing the American babies, it helps them not put that stress into the children. It helps those children come outside, and those people come outside. It helps the rest of the society. It helps everybody to settle down and calm down and really, really think and see our country for what it is, instead of walking through it through a toxic lens, having to jump through different hurdles every fucking second, having to always be worried about what's going to happen. I'm 1 month away from getting kicked out all the fucking time, or I can never, this is like, we got to do something about this. And if this bullshit with Trump means that now it's all, the cat is out of the bag, and it's so bad that we get a chance to do something about it, I'm cool with that. I think it's worth it if that's it. But if it's not that, we're in some serious trouble, because we don't have seconds to waste. We don't have any seconds to waste. The goddamn economy is sinking. The job market is sinking. And please don't tell me about the motherfucking stock market. I'm tired of people that don't even own stock trying to tell me, yeah, well, you should learn about the economy. Learn about it. It's like, people just say that shit. It's like, come on, man. If you don't have a normal job, a normal income, you ain't going to buy no stock. If you live in month to month on your income, you ain't going to buy no stock. Not enough stock to live off of it. You see what I mean? Like, we got to stop looking for things that are extravagant to pay the bills and just say, God damn, why are we in the richest country on earth and the lowest the basic things aren't there? Like, yeah, in any case, man, I'm just, I'm a little stunned today about this stuff. It's a lot of, somebody said free Palestine, my fault. Yeah, free Palestine. I hear you. Shit, I'm not hating on it. Free Palestine. I mean, they've been getting bombed, every goddamn bombed and shot, and is it going to stop? Is it going to stop? I don't think it's going to stop, my friend. I don't think it's going to stop, and that situation is is a whole nother can of worms because it's so bad. It's almost like, and how long has it been going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long has it been going on? Like, and you could see, well, here's the thing. I mean, there were literally people, and I know this, and I'm not just saying it's only some Palestinians or whatever, but there was loads of people that thought Trump was going to be better than Biden regarding Palestine, right? I wasn't one of them. I was like, give Kamala Harris a chance. She cares, she's going to do something. You know what I mean? And all I kept hearing during that election is like, Genocide Joe, Genocide Kamala, Genocide Joe, Genocide Kamala. Kamala Harris, by the way, has never been the president. She's the only woman that's been the vice president. You see what I mean? She's the only woman that's even been allowed to be vice president in the history of the country. So for me, I'm like, why didn't you just give the lady a chance, man? Why couldn't people see that? Why couldn't they just be like, you know what? She's going to be different from Biden, give her a chance to see. But no, a lot of people said, Trump is going to be better. Big mistake. Trump wants you dead. Trump doesn't give a fuck about Jews or Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Because white supremacists in the United States of America have always hated Jews, gays, blacks, Hispanics. I mean, really, they've always hated them. You know what I'm saying? And so I would never understand why someone would think Trump would be better, But answer the answer in the question, because she's a lady. Yeah, basically that's it. That's how now. Don't get me wrong. I voted for Kamala Harris. I had no problem voting for her at all. Why wouldn't I? Why not? Some shit got to change sometime. I'm not going to ever. I'm always going to be on the side of a woman. Hillary Clinton. The only reason why I wasn't really so happy about her is just because her husband was already the president. I didn't like that, but someone standing up themselves, moving through the ranks themselves. Kamala Harris was a wonderful option. She was elected. Every job she had in the last 30 years or so, she had been elected to. The job being a prosecutor, she had to district attorney. Didn't she have to run for that? Something like that. That took votes. I think people underestimated Kamala. I think the prejudice, like you said, the misogyny kicked in. They don't, it's always these quirky things. They don't like her laugh. Like, okay, you like Trump's laugh, motherfucker? Like, whose laugh do you like? Then the stuff about trying to belittle her record, man, she had an extensive record. And every job that she had in 30 something years is because she had to run for it and get the votes and get more votes than the next person. And she got those jobs. So she had obviously She had to work for it. You see what I mean? And to just see so many people try to demean her record for 30 years, like, no, it's misogyny. It's misogyny. You know what I mean? It's misogyny. And a lot of people don't know when they being misogynist, though. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know. A lot of men don't know. And some women internalize it too, but I think there's definitely a lot of men that don't even know a lot of people that don't know what their prejudices are, but my thing is, like, if you see a person like Trump, why would you not vote for Kamala Harris? I mean, what's the alternative? Like, they made it seem like some weed convictions in the 90s or whatever that was in 2000 was something like worse than what Trump was up to. That's exactly what they tried to do. They were like, man, Kamala Harris, man, she put people in jail for smoking weed, man. That's wrong. Even though she was letting people out of jail, who got convicted to, harsh of a sentence for smoking weed. They didn't get that part. But they just totally walked past Trump's ass. Trump was out there, allegedly raping little girls. And people was like, they couldn't even smell it. They couldn't even sense that something wasn't right about Trump. They was like, nah. Trump he's going to get rid of the cesspool. He's going to clean it up. He's going to get rid of the swamp. That's exactly. These people thought Trump was better than Kamala Harris. Not ever in your lifetime could Trump ever even come close to being better than Kamala Harris. And that's really what people thought. And, the people that voted for Trump, a lot of people that's getting caught up, immigrants voted for Trump. A lot of immigrants voted for Trump. Trump is coming right after their ass, no problem. Look, we even saw, it's something about that wavelength, that is it the manosphere? Is that what they call it? Is it the manosphere? Is that what they call that shit? This kind of like way of looking at things way too simple. You know what I'm saying? Like this way of make-believing things, and ignoring real things for make-believe. Is that what they call the manosphere? I think so. A lot of numbskulls. This is the podcast, the Dan Bongino, the what's the other guy's name from the X Factor? This guy, isn't that what it is? Pretty much, they're morons. These are dudes out there showing their misogyny every day on the radio, showing their misogyny, showing their ignorance. How can you be, what's this dude's name from the X Factor? What's his name? Yeah, the patriarchy. What's the guy's name, though, from the X Factor? He's like the #1 podcast. Joe something, right? Joe whatever. Man, how could you have that many people watching you and be so dumb? Like, I hate that shit. It's like, how could so many people follow a person that's not that clever? Like, and they follow him like he's clever. They actually listen to these dudes and they actually think these guys are clever. These guys are really not clever at all, man. They just some motherfuckers that look like they sit around in the garage on the sofa too long and drink beers. It's like nothing about them. They don't spend any time in a library. They don't spend any time in a lab. They don't spend any time in a manufacturing, engineering plant or something. They don't know anything about nothing. And they get huge goddamn followers, and they're running the politics right now. It's how they think. What they think is running the politics. They morons. Then you got Bongino. He's another moron. Kash Patel, another moron. What's going on? It's like it's the crazy people, the dumb, crazy people have taken over. And if I don't know, sometimes my kids catch my podcast, you know what I mean? They old enough now. Kids, please don't be like any of them. Don't be like whatever his name is, Bongino. Don't be like Kash Patel. Don't be like Joe Rogan. Please, they are dumb. They're not smart at all. They might have some money, they might have some success, but upstairs in the brain, they know nothing. They are not clever at anything. You know, this is like, just please don't be like them. I gotta say that fucking, man, because it's like they're living in idiot times. This shit is like the Twilight Zone. And yeah, but having said that, some level-headed people are coming, and they're going to meet them. And, you know, I don't know how many of them are going to be there to meet the Danish Prime Minister. Is it? No, I think it's Lars Løkke. Lars Løkke. He was a old Lars Løkke, right? He was an old Danish Prime Minister. He's going to visit these, you know, motherfuckers, right? I think he's like the epitome of the Secretary of State or something like that. I think so. I don't think the Danish Prime Minister is going to meet Trump, and I don't think the Greenland Prime Minister is going to meet him. But is he? I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick because it could be actually. Let me just make sure. Sometimes I'm looking at so much news that I'm actually not remembering all of it. Let's see what they say here.
Velkommen alle sammen. I mere end et år har vi, Grønland og Danmark, skulle håndtere en ganske uvant og vanskelig situation.
Okay,
det vi lykkes med sammen.
For more than a year, they've gone through a crazy situation, you know, with Trump, you know, pointing the fingers and all of this shit and calling about Greenland.
Vi har taget initiativ til at styrke sikkerheden i Arktis.
Okay, they're going to take the initiative to bring security to the Arctic, you know, and they're talking about the security, the initiative and all, overall.
Yderligere, vi har tætnet båndene mellem os i kongeriget, og vi har opbygget endnu tættere alliancer med partnere og allierede i hele verden.
Okay, they built up a strong alliance with partners across the whole world now.
Det har ikke været nemt at stå op imod et helt uacceptabelt pres fra vores nærmeste allierede igennem en menneskealder, men meget tyder samtidig på, at det sværeste nu ligger foran os. Og det er undervejs blevet stadig mere tydeligt, at selvom det er grønlænderne, der først og fremmest mærker utrygheden, og selvom vi i hele rigsfællesskabet har skulle lægge øre til mange fornærmelser, så er der noget meget mere grundlæggende på spil. Det her handler ikke kun om Grønland eller om kongeriget. Det handler om, at man ikke skal kunne ændre grænser med magt, at man ikke kan købe et andet folk.
Yeah, you can't buy another people. I'm sorry, I was just looking in the chat, but you know, they're saying that you can't buy another people. And listen, this is literally what Trump is talking about in 2025, because obviously you can't buy the land without buying the people too, right? But can you buy a people? Can you buy a people today? You know, I mean, literally, this is what he's proposing. And so it can't happen. So you got to understand something. No one can buy other people. It's illegal. It's illegal. It is just illegal. You can't do that. And, you know, when you come with that kind of proposal, of course, the answer is going to be no. That's what it is, because that's not possible. It's not legal. That's akin to slavery. You see what I'm saying? So nobody's going to do that, and you shouldn't even be talking like that, because then the answer is definitely no, because it has to be no, because you just can't do that in these days, you know? And yeah, but let me see some more.
Og det handler om, at små lande ikke skal frygte store lande. Det er derfor, vi klart siger fra. Og det er derfor, at mange allierede gør det samme i Norden, i Europa og i resten af verden.
Small lands can't fight the big lands. But that's why they have an alliance, and they're not doing it themselves.
Men for den verdensorden, generationerne før os har opbygget vores demokrati. I morgen der mødes Grønland og Danmark med USA.
And tomorrow they're meeting Denmark and Greenland in the US.
Vi kommer sammen, vi bliver sammen, og vi går sammen. Vi vil gerne dialogen, og vi vil gerne samarbejde. Vi søger ikke nogen konflikt. Men
they would like to go. They would like to work together, but they're not looking for a conflict.
Vi vil gerne dialogen, og vi vil gerne.
They would like to dialogue.
Samarbejde. Vi søger ikke nogen konflikt.
Yeah.
Men vores budskab er klart. Grønland er ikke til salg.
Yeah, but our decision is basically final. It's clear. Our decision is clear. Greenland's not for sale.
Det har vi gjort klart fra starten.
That we've explained from the beginning.
Ligesom vi fra begyndelsen af alt det her har sagt til amerikanerne, at hvis det handler om sikkerhed, så er der meget mere, vi kan.
Yeah, and just as in the beginning, as we've always said to the Americans, if it has something to do with security,
skal gøre i fællesskab, og det vil vi også
that we can do together.
Gentage på mødet i morgen.
And that's what we're going to say in the meeting tomorrow.
Og selvfølgelig ønsker vi at styrke samarbejdet om sikkerheden i Arktis med USA.
Yeah, and of course we want a strong working relationship with the USA in the Arctic.
Med NATO, med
with NATO,
Europa og med
and Europe,
de arktiske stater i NATO.
And the Arctic states.
NATO. Og ligesom the
Arctic states in NATO.
Baltiske lande for eksempel ikke står alene med at forsvare NATO's østlige flanke mod Rusland, fordi det
Yeah, it's important to not stand alone with securing the eastern front with Russia.
Netop er et fælles anliggende for hele alliancen, så gælder det samme i Arktis. NATO skal
Yeah, so the same that's going on the east, it counts for the Arctic also, so they need to have a union approach it.
Beskytte og forsvare Grønland lige så meget som enhver anden millimeter af NATO's territorium. Og den sikkerhedsgaranti, det er det bedste værn mod Kina eller Rusland som en trussel i Arktis. Kære grønlænder, I skal vide, at vi står sammen.
Yeah, dear, you know, I'm not translating all of it, but dear Greenlanders, we stand together.
Det er det bedste værn mod Kina eller Rusland som en trussel i Arktis.
Bits, good looking
Kære
out.
grønlænder, I skal vide, at vi står sammen.
Yeah, dear Greenlanders, you should know that we stand together.
Det gør vi i dag.
That's what we're doing today.
Det gør vi i morgen, og det
That's what we're doing tomorrow.
bliver vi ved med at gøre.
And that's what we're going to continue, you know, blive ved med at gøre. That's what we're going to continue to do, you know.
Og med de ord, så er ordet dit, Jens Frederik.
Tak. Yeah, Bits, good looking out, Bits. What's up, Bits? Thank you. Hey, take advantage of the memberships. Go see some of the membership videos. I recommend them.
Først og fremmest, så vil jeg gerne gentage.
Yeah, so just to start with, I would like to repeat.
Grønland er ikke til salg.
Greenland is not for sale.
I dag har vi drøftet vores samarbejde mellem Grønland og Danmark.
Today we moved our work, you know, we moved further with our work between Denmark and Greenland and Denmark.
Jeg skal understrege, at Grønland er en del af kongeriget.
We have to underline that, what did he say?
I dag har vi drøftet vores samarbejde mellem Grønland og Danmark. Jeg skal understrege, at Grønland er en del af kongeriget.
Oh, of the Congaree, yeah, of the Danish kingdom. Yeah, I have to underline that Greenland is a part of the Danish kingdom. Basically, the Congaree, it's part of the kingdom.
Vi er en retsstat baseret på demokratiske værdier, og vi har selvstyre under kongeriget Danmark.
Yeah, and they're a state of their own, and they control themselves. They make the decisions for themselves under the kingdom, you know. Or in Danish it's called Kongeril. I don't know if he's saying king. I guess it's called kingdom because, you know, that's how I would translate it. But it's also like kingdom in the sense that Denmark has a king and a queen. You know what I mean? In that sense. So yeah, it's its own country, just like Denmark is its own country. Pretty much Denmark basically just deals with security pretty much at this point. And Denmark, but security is broad, you know. Denmark, whatever, a lot of the things that Denmark trades, the business that it does there, they pay for it, you know. People don't notice, but they get, the Greenland gets a hefty sum every year from Denmark, and they get universal health care, universal education, 5 weeks vacation, paid vacation, 1 year maternity or paternity leave, 1 year leave for every child that is born, and a rack of other things that go along that. Pension, the top pension in the world, by the way, or one of the best. Got to be one or two in the world pension plans, and then they get a payment every year from the Danish from Denmark, right, or something like that. So they have in that way. That's how they deal with security, but it's also the military too, if necessary, and things like this, right? But Greenland, they teach their own language. They speak their own language, and they speak it in the schools. That's what they teach in this language that they have. You see what I mean? So, and then if you're a Dane or you're someone else that grows up there, you learn the language also. So they have their own language also, just for people to know.
Meget, meget alvorligt. Og de geopolitiske interesser, de har lagt et kæmpestort pres på vores land og dens befolkning. Grønland er som en del af kongeriget Danmark medlem af NATO. Vi har stor tiltro til NATO-alliancen. Og ved at NATO støtter os i den her situation, men støtten fra Europa og Danmark er helt afgørende i den her konkrete situation. Vi er sammen om at stå for ukrænkeligheden af territorier, om at beskytte demokratiske værdier.
I don't think, Jay, I don't think it's that. I think it's not. I think Trump is overestimating that security, But I think Denmark is willing to discuss anything, but the truth is Canada is right there. I think people need to look at a map. Like, let's be real about this. Like, Canada is present in the Arctic. And let me see here. Yeah, see that Greenland's neighbor to the east is Canada, right? I mean, to the west, I'm sorry, is Canada. So Canada has military bases all along this this waterway right here too, that you see right here. Let me see if I can bring it up. Oh, I got to make it a little bigger to do that. You see this waterway right here? The what is it called? The Baffin Bay, is that what it's called? A Buffin Bay? They have bases up here at the top here. Canada got bases, and so Canada, they have a few. Let me see something. Let me see something here. Military bases. Let me just see if all the bases come up here. 2 seconds. It's good to actually take a look at this from time to time and see what's going on here. All right. So as you can see, Canada got a lot of bases, but here, actually, they got more than this, man. I don't know why they all not popping up. But this is a Canadian base right here, the Northeastern Alert Force Base. And actually, I don't know even how big that is, but I looked at this before, and they actually had more than it's showing right now. I don't know why that is. I looked at this like maybe last year, and there was more bases on it. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see. There's several, and there's also an American one here too. Let me see here. Maybe we can do that. Is it coming up? Okay, well, there's one base right here. There's actually more. I don't know why it's not coming up on this. Because of course, there's a lot down here in the south, but in the north, there's also more bases. I don't know why that is. But let me just say Arctic bases. Let's just take a look and see how many bases are in the Arctic anyway. Boom, boom, boom. Map. It doesn't actually come up. Where's the map at, man? Personally, I think this thing with, they taking it serious, and everybody has to take it serious. But I think I think this is really, a lot of this is distraction from the Epstein files. I think Trump is just trying to do anything he can do right now to distract people from the Epstein files. And to me, pretty much, I think that's what it is. Canadian military bases. Let me see. Can we see that now? Yeah, you know what? Do I have to like zoom in more? What is this? Because that's so weird. Anyway, sorry about that. Maybe I shouldn't have even checked this out. But it seems like, you see now that other base is not even up there. I don't understand why that is. That's weird. That's really weird. It's supposed to be more bases up here on this waterway. I remember there's like 3. There's 3 in this waterway right here. 1 at the top, 1 in the middle, and 1 further down here, right? So there's 3 bases that are parallel Greenland's west side on the Canadian side of this waterway here. So if y'all can see that, I know my camera is probably blinding it, but where you see Greenland, I believe in reality there's 3 bases that parallel Greenland that are on the Canadian side of this waterway. So and 1 at the entry of the bay at the bottom, 1 in the middle, and 1 at the top. But what I heard is that the real concern about Russia and China is coming from this side, in all actuality. And you know what it is? It's because most of the NATO forces are not here. You see what I mean? You got Australia, you got Japan, you have them, but this is very close. China and Russia are just there. So they're always in these waters, constantly. Now, here, the northern side, you have all of the NATO allies, the northern, you have them. You got, let's see here, you got Norway, you got, who else? Iceland, you got United Kingdom, you got Ireland, you got Denmark, Germany, France. I don't know how many of them are in this area. And then you have the U.S. also. So to me, it just seems like I don't know why they're stressing this side, because, Russia has to come past a lot of NATO nations to get in, to get in this area. To get anywhere close to Greenland from this side, Russia has to go past a lot of NATO. And it seems to me like the easiest way would be over here. But in any case, y'all. Sorry about that little detour, but it's interesting to look at it since they having this meeting today. It's worth knowing a little bit about it and just giving people an opportunity to know more, because again, the U.S. media is not going to talk about the healthcare system over here. It's not going to talk about the educational system over here. It's not going to talk about 5 weeks vacation. It's not going to, even for Greenland, it's not going to talk about any of those things. They're just going to keep the conversation, narrowed down to, we want to own you. And that's it. You ain't going to learn nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of foul, So at least people got a chance to learn a little bit today. Oh, let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Canada is so based. Yeah. I don't think I just don't see Trump. I see what he's saying. Everyone believes he's crazy enough to do anything, but I don't think it's a big possibility of him doing much at all. I think it's like he needs to talk about something, and the media is gonna pick it up. It's like the same thing I said before, like with Putin, when they're about to have a meeting in the U.S., when Ukraine's about to have a meeting, one thing for sure, Putin is going to bomb residential areas because it's going to get on TV. Then he could be part of the conversation. I think it's the same thing with Trump and Greenland. It's like he don't want to talk about Epstein. He'd rather talk about taking Denmark. You know what I mean? And then it's just, somebody want to hop up? Check it out. if anybody wants to hop up, just go to Facebook, go to the page right here. Where did I put it at? Can I even pull it up? Let me see if I can pull the page up. 2 seconds. Then everybody can check it out for themselves. It's V Media on Facebook. Send me a message and then anybody can hop up. Let me see. And that goes from this day on. Yeah, let me go back to this. 2 seconds. Let me see. Maybe I can pull it up right here. Can I pull it up in here? Or do I got to log in from here? Okay, I think I can pick it up from here. So let me see. Let me try to go into it now. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so yes, I think I can get into it now. So let me open it up. So this is the page. Boom. It's right there. I don't know what this is. It's just something random on the screen. What is that? How do I? Maybe I didn't set this page up all the way yet, but this is the page right here. So you see this, right? Oh, here it is. It's coming out now. It's coming out. Here we go. Sorry about that. It took a second. How do I close this down? Oh, it's like this. I see what I got to do down here. It's still opening up. Here we go. Boom. Here go the page. You see that? Let me try to fix it a little bit so it's not so wide. All right, let me show you. This is the page. If you go to this page, click like and then get inside of the messenger. All right, you see that? Here's the page right here. V Media, right? And it's I don't know how you find it on Facebook. I have to make the handle permanent, but this is the one. And please don't give out any of your personal information in the chat, right? Because people fake these sites all the time, right? You see what I mean? But this is mine. So people that want to hop up from this point on, you're welcome to, as long as you put your camera on before, so I can just see who you are, verify who you are first. You know what I mean? And and just be respectful, and then people will be able to chat. Yeah, this is something new. I'm pretty excited about this. So check it out. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be today. I think I used up a lot of time already. But from here on out, everybody knows you can hop up, right? And and we're going to take it from there. And I'm very happy about this. It's going to be a useful tool, because then I can bring up people from all over, from different parts of the world, people from here that can talk about what things are like here, what the feeling of Danes are. But and also Americans can chime in, you know what I'm saying? Can call in. Let me see something. I'm at work, I gotta go, but that's a good, there's a good video I recommend for you, V. Okay. Next time you explain what Russia is doing in the Arctic and what our response. Oh yeah, but you know what? I actually, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is it is relevant. You know what I'm saying? I just heard that it was more of an issue on the, I heard that Trump just talking about it for some other reason, Greenland, but it's more of a concern in Alaska, outside on that side of the U.S., right? But, Russia is a big concern, man. I don't think Russia is not going to be a concern. I mean, Russia is a superpower, bro. Yeah, but do that. Recommend that video and hop up and give a call too sometime. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that wants to discuss these issues, feel free. Anybody that wants to really talk about it. I mean, look, we can have fun. It doesn't have to be we can have fun being clever. We can have fun being smart. We can have fun, sharing information. We can have fun just being progressive. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate anybody hopping up that has some good information or just can hold a decent conversation and something that we can build on for the listeners, because right now there's a lot of division. People are going to try to divide a lot of us. And that's what that algorithm on the computer has in store for people. Division, so they can keep on controlling shit. You know what I'm saying? The rich against the poor and keeping people at each other, fighting each other. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, big up, Jay. Appreciate you, man. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's one, like, there's a lot of other interesting topics out there, but the one that's most pressing is getting rid of Trump. The one that's on our ass right now is getting rid of Trump, and we need to do anything possible within reason to make sure that that we get rid of Trump. And since he's trying to create division as a means to keep power, I say, nah, let us all come together right now because we're all being affected. So let's come together and insulate ourselves, across ethnic backgrounds, across, and is it really that, I hate to say that as American ethnic background because damn, ain't we all just Americans? But, let's just all come together, people that understand that this is that, yeah, we do have a lot of other issues, but rich against poor, rich wealth, billionaires against the middle class or the average American is a big problem. You know what I mean? That one we need to do something about. Then we can get back on some of the other issues and get into some of the other debates. But to be honest with you, I really do. My perspective is that they trying to take this country from all of us right now. Like, no matter what your background is, they trying to take it from all of us. And I think we need to rise to this moment. Every generation has a moment. I mean, I'm born in the 70s, so I'm a 70s baby. So, but this is, strangely enough, my moment. I've never seen a moment more critical than this. I mean, I seen the crack era. Yeah, that was some shit for you. The crack era was some shit for you. To have to grow up in the crack era as a teenager and a young man, like in DC, that was a trip. But this is a whole nother whammy. You know what I mean? This is a whole nother. This is even worse. This is far more dangerous, and not to undermine how bad things could have been in the 80s and the 90s, but no, this is worse, man. Just imagine the crack era, except now they have on, instead of it being drug violence, it's just goddamn ICE. It's the goddamn, they sicken the goddamn military on people. They, sending people marching around through the neighborhoods, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? Like, nah, this is our moment, y'all. And we're going to have to stand up and we're going to have to do something together. And this is our main job right now. Sticking together and not letting people divide us. And, I know that there was there's some people out there that just want to focus on, how can I say this? Want to focus on, who people are, identity politics. I'm okay with identity politics, but right now every identity needs to stick together, man. If you are not one of the wealthy, we need to stick together. We don't need to be playing this. I ain't from, and I'm gonna say something, particularly, some groups that really can't afford a lot of division seem to want to have some division. You know what I mean? At a time where division is not helping anybody. So I just want folks to know that no matter who you are, if you cool, I'm cool. I'm willing to work with everybody, and I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? No matter what your background is, no matter, everybody is we all are people that want happiness. We all are people that want to enjoy life. We are all people that deserve to enjoy a little bit of life, and we deserve life to be a little bit easier too. You know what I'm saying? we all deserve life to be a little bit easier. And so I'm not going to be the one to make shit hard for nobody and petty for anybody. I'm not going to ruin anybody's joy or, that's not what I'm here to do. So, yeah. Damn, let me see something. The chat is, you guys are on fire. Yeah, don't come back to the dark. Don't come back to the dark mentality. Yeah. Who is, damn, who was, dang, I gotta see I see some serious conversation going on in here. Yo, well, I tell you what, let me just look for a couple of seconds. Yo, I'm gonna be out in a few, but if you all have any questions or anything you guys want me to check on before I be out, just let me know. But otherwise, I appreciate everybody for coming out. And I'm a little hurt. I think watching a few of those videos, like watching the kid see his mama get locked up and thrown to the ground, like that didn't do me too well. Yeah, that one took me. You know what I'm saying? And it's difficult in these times because what else is there going to be that's bad? But there's a lot more that's bad, sadly enough. And it's just a sign of the times. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, you guys got a debate going on in the chat. You sound like a flat earther. Yeah, them flat earthers, boy. They like to talk about flat earth in the middle of all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying, yo. People have to know how to focus, like one thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like priorities. You got to prioritize stuff. You know, you can't. Yeah, I don't know. Them damn flat earthers, man. A lot of them voted for Trump too, by the way. You know, a lot of flat earthers voted for Trump. I'm pretty sure about that. And now their rent is due. Healthcare ain't going to come through. I mean, they got to wait for, Trump. Ain't that a blip? And Trump probably won't even do it. I mean, yeah, this is crazy. People voting against their own interest. You're a veteran. Okay. What? Hold on. Oh, people voted against their own interest. I'm a veteran. I voted for Trump and got fired. Yo, Eric, you crazy, man. But it's facts. It's a whole lot of that. And what's amazing is that I have a pretty easy life, but I actually feel sad today. I feel sad like somehow I have problems and shit. Just watching listening to all this shit, man. Yo, I don't really have too many problems, but yeah, it's sad, man. I mean, you try to tell people who, I tried to tell people last year. I don't know how many of y'all watched some of my older videos, but I tried during the election and right leading up to the election to put out a lot of information, but there was a lot of people that either weren't even concerned about an election or like Trump. Not like Trump necessarily, but just really didn't like Democrats. And I always found that real weird. Like, why is there a fixation to really not like Democrats? And is it that deep? Is it that necessary? Like, for me, I just think it's, what do they call it? Not keeping the eye on the ball. Not keeping the eye on the ball. Everybody voted for Trump because he wasn't that bad first time, and we had no other choice. Please thought we could end Russia-Ukraine war. Yeah. But I think this thing about had no other choice. No, I think you were a little unfair to your choices. I think people made up shit. I think you had a choice. people made up shit. You definitely had a choice, man. Don't say that. You just fucked up with your choice. Your evaluation was poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to accept responsibility, man. Don't keep acting like you didn't have a choice, man. That's nah. You had a choice, but something happened with your judgment, you know? And yeah, absolutely, Kamala, really. Yeah, absolutely. She's not a rapist, okay? And you know, you have to stop trying to listen to Russian counterparts, you know, stories and disinformation, and you know, stop trying to tear it down, man. Like, you know, she ain't perfect. Are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you, I mean, you know, the one thing that really I don't like when there was this one thing that they just kept saying over and over and over about Kamala Harris. First of all, they tried to say that her great-great-granddaddy was a slave master. Why you got to do all that? That was bullshit. That was just straight up lies. Then they tried to pin her down on you sent black men to jail. Did you even look? A lot of these people that said that didn't even look up what she was doing. They didn't look it up for themselves. They just repeated the story over and over and over and over. Yeah, they repeated that story. But, you know, it's not exactly like that. Then they, you know, I think it's just people. There was another thing. They said that Biden didn't do enough, but didn't they even follow the Supreme Court? I mean, Biden passed student loan debt relief. He passed it in the Congress. The Senate passed it. He signed it. Then the Republicans fought it in the Supreme Court and got it shot down. And the right-wing Supreme Court said, no, you can't get student debt relief. Then, you know, they had the farmers thing for the minority farmers. Republicans fought that. They passed it through the House, passed it through the Senate, went to the Supreme Court. The Republicans came and fought it in the Supreme Court and said it was discrimination. You can't give out funds based on race. That's what they said, in ethnicity. They said it's discrimination. That's what this right-wing Supreme Court called it. So this was supposed to be reparation for farmers, ethnic farmers being robbed. And the Supreme Court, when people tried to give them some payments for it, for being discriminated against, the Supreme Court said the fact that it's based on race, you can't do. That's what they did. So, no, man, what you talking about? She's part of the reason Putin attacked Russia. She got on New and said Ukraine. She got on and said Ukraine was joining NATO. She was, and no, you're telling lies, man, and telling lies is basically why you ain't gonna have no health care coming up. You know, you need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to really look at the facts. Just kidding, and stop repeating lies. You know, what you're doing is you're reciting Putin's talking points, and Putin doesn't give a shit about you. Like, you really better get it straight. You know what I'm saying? The one who hurt you in the United States of America is not Kamala Harris. It's not Joe Biden. You know, no, it's the Republican Party, and it's Trump. You know, and this is what I don't get. Now that you know Trump don't give a fuck about you, why are you still capping for him? What is this need to try to make it seem like you still didn't have a choice? So Kamala Harris is talking about child care. She's talking about affordable housing. She's talking about all these things that everybody needs, and you're still here capping and lying on her ass. Like, and you don't have no smoke for Trump. Yo, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if it's both sides. You fucking voted for a rapist, dude. So, look, you saying it's both sides, that's too simplistic. Yeah, of course it's both sides. There's two parties. What the hell are you talking about? And neither party is perfect. But you voting for a rapist that invites in billionaires to rape your whole family's pension plan? Yo, you out your mind. You still capping for Trump, man. You still capping for Trump. No. Listen, this thing about both parties is bad. Yo, You thinking way too slow, bro. You thinking way too simple. It's way too simplistic. You know, it's like you need more details. You need to be more pointed with your criticism, you know. And right now, it's not there, bro. It's not there. The criticism's not pointed, you know. It's basic, you know. You voted for a rapist. If you voted for Trump, you voted for a rapist, and you need to figure out why you voted for a rapist. That's the first thing you need to do. Figure out why you voted for a rapist that invites in a billionaire that wants to cut your mama and your daddy and your sister and your brother and your kids' health care because you ain't rich. Okay? You need to figure that out. I'm a female. Two, you can't vote. Why can't you vote? Why can't you vote? Okay, sorry about that, sister. But why can't you vote? And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You got to figure out why you voted for a rapist, the best friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and a person that wants to take all your family's health care and pension. You need to figure out why you did that. The only person who did that was Trump. You know, none of your business. What you mean, none of my business? What you talking about? Nah, what you talking about? No. I mean, why didn't you vote? You could. What do you got? You're a criminal? You a felon? Is that what you're saying? A lot of felons can still vote now. What state you from? Any case, so if you can't vote, then why the hell are you even talking about this shit? You know, like what the you shouldn't even. Just stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? You got to know. See, this is what kills me. It's like, damn. Yo, what are you talking about? Democrats. Yo, see, this is just, why can't the Democrats come up with a good candidate? Yo, first of all, anyway, I ain't even gonna engage that. I'm gonna let you stay in the chat. You just keep chatting. I'm sorry, but whatever it is you on, I see you haven't taken my advice. My advice was you gotta figure out why you voted for a rapist and best friend of the most prolific sex trafficker on earth. You need to come to terms. You need to come to Jesus moment first before you even give advice about voting. Like straight up, like yeah, really, you know, It ain't even funny. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? And you a woman? Like, come on. You voted for a rapist, best friend of the most prolific sex trafficker on earth in the United States of America. The guy who wanted to take every person like you to goddamn health care, brought a billionaire in to steal their pension, and you still don't get. You need to come to Jesus moment. You need to stop voting if that's the case. I'm glad you can't vote. Because goddamn, like you would vote for Trump, and he hates you. Like what the Trump hates people like you specifically. Just get it through your head. You know what I'm saying? Like you gave bad advice. Somebody who voted probably listened to you also. Please stop giving out that advice. That advice is horrible. That shit has got you all fucked up, you know. I mean, you ain't gonna survive it either. A lot of people won't survive this. A lot of people won't survive it. Like straight up. A lot of people won't survive it. You know, sadly. You know, it's people gonna die because of that vote, because of Trump. A lot of people. You know, so I just really wish, you know, I really wish people could get past their bias, you know, get past the just their prejudice, you know what I mean? Like, because I think it's one thing to criticize Democrats, but it's another thing to be religiously just always on a, you know, you can't see the difference between Kamala Harris and a fucking rapist. Like, damn, that's a little too much. That's a little too much. There's some wiggle room there for you to figure out which one is better. Yeah, there definitely is, you know. Kamala Harris I won't just say better, but a whole lot goddamn better than Trump. Okay. And for you to not be able to see that, yo, please, like, help, get some help, because, you know, it's not her fault you couldn't see it. She ain't do nothing to you. You know what I mean? Like, she tried to help you, like, really. And you should be out there trying to, you know, get other people to figure that out, because, yeah, she ain't the one that is keeping the Epstein files locked up, you know? She's not the one, and she's definitely not the one to try to take your health care, you know? Biden ain't take your health care. You know, you ain't even appreciative of that. God damn. People out here capping Trump didn't take their health care, and they out here talking about Biden and shit. Like, this, you see what's going on? It's like that. And the world is watching. Also, Danes are watching too. They're like, damn, is it that bad in the U.S.? They need free education like a. This is what happens when education is not universal. This is what happens when education is not universal. People start saying Trump and Kamala Harris are the same. Like, yeah. I don't get it. I don't get that one. I don't get it, man. You know? But we have to have some laugh time. You know what I'm saying? We got to have some laugh time. But you know, that's a bad way to go out. Out by, you know, how did I die? I voted for Trump. That's a fucked up way to go out. Like, death by Trump. Think about it. You know, that's a real pathetic way to go out. You know, I'd rather go out by any other way and shit. You know, but yeah. But in any case, folks, I'm gonna be out. I appreciate everybody for coming through. It was a nice, cool little chat. You know what I'm saying? Kind of laid back. You know, for a moment. It was different. You know what I mean? Because we got a chance to chat a little more and just only talk about one or two things, right? So yeah. So I appreciate that. And yeah, and you know, people, as I always say, try to show some love to each other, and you know, the people in your community, the people that are around you, because that's what's going to make things, you know, better, make things survivable. You know, this moment. I know there's some people out there that if you ask them, they will say things are fantastic right now. Okay, yeah, but I talk to a lot of people that say things aren't, and those people should be heard also, and we should consider those people also, if they're not really, you know, if they're not being acknowledged. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of time of day it is right now, but to me, when a woman is getting shot in her head for just trying to turn her car around, or, you know, kids are seeing their parents be detained right in front of their face. I mean, that kid was by himself. Those ICE agents just took the mother. The kid was just left. You know what I'm saying? Like, crying and screaming. Like, I don't know. That's just not for me, man. That brings out some vibes that are, like, in me, like, dangerous. Like, you know, I feel like people being violated. And I just feel like it's something I can't really be down with. It's something I don't want to have nothing to do with. I don't want to have my name connected to any of that kind of behavior. I hate that behavior. And, you know, to be honest, I think people should fuck them up, you know, when they see them doing that shit. I'm sorry I said that, but I mean, because it's horrible to watch. It's horrible to watch. It's agonizing to watch. It's agonizing to watch. It's not easy to watch that. You know, and if they treating people like shit, then hey, you know, I don't see any other recourse. You know, and I'm sorry I said that, because I don't want to promote. I'm just describing how I feel. I'm not saying do it, but I really, you know, I just kind of feel like that. Like what is it? How is it that they can't? How is it that they can't? How are you not supposed to fuck somebody up that's doing things like that? That's what I'm saying, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, aren't you? I mean, you know, the things they're doing are horrific. They're horrific, and then they're just going to gaslight people and look them in the face. Kristi Noem's just going to get out there and just, say her little lies over again. Well, we're trying not to have it both ways anymore with Trump. He's working on that so there's not a two-sided justice system. Man, they just made the justice system two-sided. What the fuck they talking about? They done invaded the Capitol, beat police upside the head, and they got the nerve to be the ones gaslighting everybody, talking about they want to stop the two-sided justice system. Like, hello? You didn't see what happened on January 6th? Like, they still playing that game, y'all. They still playing that game with Americans. Like, they didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Listen. Yeah, any case, this motherfucker talking about the way you made me feel. I see why people got disdain for, again, disdain for liberals. Again, you don't have disdain for Trump. You don't have disdain for nothing Trump is doing, man. Fuck you. Excuse my language, but I ain't got time for that kind of gaslighting. Whoever you are, you full of shit. You talking about you don't vote, motherfucker. You just a troll, and yeah, that's just, oh well, see you later. Another one bites the dust. I'm like, I ain't got time for that shit. You still capping? People are still capping for Trump. Like, what's up? What's up with that? You still capping for Trump? Is that it? What you want him to rape your family members for? Next, you want ICE to kick in your dough, rape somebody in your family and shit? Is that what it's going to take? You want ICE to shoot somebody in your family in the head on accident? Look, it was a black man that was shot by ICE also, just 7 days before Renee Goodman. Just 7 days, not really that much publicity about it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, trying to play the victim, fucking person capping for Trump, trying to play the victim. It's always those Democrats, them liberals. Man, liberal means freedom, you stupid bitch. Like, excuse my language, but that's literally what it means. Like, keep in mind, I don't know if that's a lady, I'm just saying, like, liberal means free. So how can you have disdain for freedom? That's what you're supposed to goddamn want. Okay, that's the best you can get is freedom of choice yourself. You see what this is? It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. People don't want freedom for themselves. They want to stop someone else's freedom. They're more concerned about somebody else's freedom than their own. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Can you imagine slave being on the plantation? You know what I'm saying? For anybody, you can just imagine it right now. I know for some people you've maybe never imagined that before, but let's just think about that. Slave in a plantation, you're on a plantation with other slaves. And one slave, while you talking about freedom, you just get a little bit of something special, a little bit of something. You found some way to have some joy. And the other slave is like, you fucking liberals. Crazy. Like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be happy. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be happy for somebody else's freedom. They're like, I ain't happy for you. I hate you. I have disdain. You have disdain for someone that wants you to have freedom. Like, make that make sense. That is insane. That's just insane. I'm sorry. You need to learn how to focus on who you are, yourself. Stop focusing on other people. You know what I mean? It is very backwards, Eric. It's very backwards. It's very back. Look, if you always focusing on what somebody else has that you don't like, you won't have shit yourself. Like, you won't have shit. Yo, peace, Dylan. Good looking out. Yeah, you won't have shit yourself if you always focusing on what somebody else is or what somebody else got. You won't have shit yourself. You know what I mean? And thank God the way my brain works is I spent most of my life not even caring about anybody else. Like, I spent most of my life like this. What am I doing? I'm doing my shit. I'm active doing my creative stuff. just full blown into it, always, every fucking day. And then because I was like that, then I turned around and I was like, damn, I did all this shit. You know, I was so focused on what I was doing and who I was. First of all, I never had time to even care. I never had time to, I mean, I'm not a small person, so, you know, I grew up in the big city, so people are different, you know what I mean? And as long as people cool with you, I'm cool back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no issue. It's all about having a nice time and having fun. People don't have to be exactly the same. You don't have to be me. As long as we can be cordial and respectful to each other, you can be different. You see what I'm saying? But when you have a focus, you're not worried about what somebody else is doing if they're just doing them. If they're doing themselves, you're not worried about it. You focused on what you're doing, you know? And this shit, they just actually goddamn to have disdain for liberals. You got some goddamn nerve having disdain for me. That's crazy. No disdain for Trump, you know? No disdain for Trump. Got disdain for me. I'm trying to tell them that they're getting treated unfairly with health care. I'm trying to tell them they're being treated unfairly with education. I'm trying to tell them, yeah, it actually can be done much better, and here's why. Explain all these things, give them practical examples, give data, and them motherfuckers got disdain for you liberals. Okay, buddy. That's what you got? Okay. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. You guys have got an interesting conversation going on there in the chat. All right, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to be out. But I'm interested in seeing what you guys are chatting about, man. I see some of y'all really having a debate here. I don't want to cut it off, actually. Yeah, ain't nobody going to take. Yeah, we have to take his ass out. You know, we got to take his ass out. Yeah, you done goofed. What's up, man? I'm about to chime out, but I was just checking the chat out. They're having some dialogue in there. I see some back and forth. But it's interesting. It's interesting. You know. Okay. But listen, I'm gonna be out. I appreciate you all for showing up, and I'll be right back at you in 24 hours from now. I wish everybody have a pleasant Wednesday, and you know, like I was saying, yeah, let's try to take care of each other and protect each other, and make sure we have freedom, make sure we have safety, right? And not just physical safety, but also mental safety, like, you know. The possibility of having peace of mind also, you know, yeah, because these are some rough times, and obviously, you know, having Gestapo run around everywhere, they, you know, people have to witness a lot. So, yeah, so I'm going to catch up with you all in a little bit. Yeah, y'all be good. All right. Appreciate you. Fuck Trump. Impeach Trump. Fuck Trump. Impeach Trump. Trump is a demented ass sociopath.
When I'm out walking, sometimes I think about, does love still exist? Yeah.
Yeah, I have my doubts. On the street, I check out how brothers be living. Yo, let's just say, kid, it ain't no Thanksgiving. We got people shooting dope, ain't never heard of hope. We got others with the gat and the brothers with the fucking scope. As I enter the project center rec rooms, some brothers might see the doom. I see my nigga Paulo, fat pockets of papes. He knows the neighborhood biddies with all the dopest shapes. There goes Rollo with the blowout fro. He's got a gap, ayo niggas gots to go. No show is live with narrate, fuck Memorex. My nigga Rollo's got a gat at Paulo's chest. One slug blasted out, down boy died. Now show me some love, kid, it sounds like a fucking lie. The struggle goes on, people trying to survive, hold on. But we know it's been so long, pain without a limit, so wrong. Sometimes I think how the world come to this, a place where every man and woman needs a therapist. Mass confusion, people living in delusion, justify all the bullshit through the Constitution. Meanwhile, the masses struggle to survive. I think we're too busy to hear our people's cries. Singles mothers struggle to raise families, genocide committed through famine and disease. I wonder if these things will ever cease to exist. I know it could if we cease and desist. Giving all the power to the industrialists, giving all our power to the damn commercialists. They see us just as being sheep in this world, that want us to do what we're told like boys and girls. Oh God, I wanna live another day so I can help provide equality in this day. The struggle goes on, people trying to survive, hold on. Though we know it's been so long, pain without a limit, so wrong. Everybody round the globe, open up your earlobe, your third eye, and then decipher the code. Through knowledge, understanding, then bring love into the concept instead of bling bling. Truth instead of biased educational methods, twisting, contorting God's message of love for every human being. Listen, motherfucker, don't you hear the screams? It's time to do much more than talk, debate, and spread hate. We need to think and at the same time investigate, understand what our actions may create. Before continuing the cycle we procreate, we can clone humans, but at the same time we can't feed humans. The future of man is actually looming. It's really depressing, it's true. And yes, you know the struggle goes on, people trying to survive, hold on. But we know it's been so long, pain without a limit, so wrong. They want war, crying babies looking for food, starvation, the recipe, people subdued. When the people you trust got it in for you, deceit is the word of the day and every clue. Don't let it go, it's from the days of old. Time is up, but some still do not know. Can I make up my mind, is it worth the dime? Do I have to take a minute just to make it mine? Life's never fair, but don't listen to the TV. Go out and take a listen to the streets, with the people in the slums and the homeless bums, with degrees and degrees sitting under a tree. It's not easy in the world for the poor man, the one that brought you to reality. See, they don't want you to know about the black sheep, leaving 7 rows to the 12 families all around the globe with an ancient code. Is it really asking a lot to say a death old? Cause we sitting on the earth looking back at extinct, and I'm standing on some ground that's about to sink. I ain't scared for a minute, I ain't about to blink, but I documented for the world what I see and think. Feel we on the call and up and we on the break. All Congress gonna do is waste paper and ink. Vote or die. You voted and you'll die. You can have it both ways, can't say it's a lie. You can march all you want, but they playing you wrong. They only understand war, it's the same old song.
They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more. But they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. War, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more. But they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war.
Like the lotus coming out of the mud with colors, I create envy in those with power but jealous. I unify the poor with my song, the hell with the others. Descended the way they treat indigenous brothers. Cause I understand we link forever. They try to hate us even though that we keep it together. I'm not talking about controlling the air or the weather. I'm talking about maintaining the truth, the high endeavor. A rebel drops bombs in the midst of trouble. The free world counterattack and now there's double. But nature gets the shit in a way to settle. If you stop the machines for a minute you might hear, but they won't cause the TV's whisper in the ear. And capitalism has eyes that don't tear, and they cloud up and get crazy and won't steer. And like an ab, it's hard to get an ass to listen. Living like this is like living in prison. It's hard to keep hope when you're living in prison. The spiritual thoughts, so yes, the mental prison. The outside, yes, it's got to get through. Something's gotta die, so something here can live. Your life is nothing if you got nothing to give. Keeping the spiritual, yes, disguised as religion. Controlling your mind, the mental prison.
They want war, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more. But they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war. War, all they really want is a war. Diversionary tactic to make the big score. The diamonds in the morning, you know they want more. But they wanna keep you low, so they manifest the war.
Can you feel it? Nothing can save ya, cause this is the season of funky behavior. I came to relax your mind, you can recline. On what? On this here rhyme. I like the style, I'm staying for a while. It helps me show cats that I'm versatile. I'll touch your dial, turn your frown to a smile. I'll make you feel like you're having a child. So relax and open up, child. I'm about to make you walk what? Pimp style or pimped out style. You don't understand the logic. See if you don't have it all, I'll take a deposit. I got shit for you, it's alright indeed. It's like going to the garden and planting the seed. It might tickle for a second, but it won't bleed.
So just relax, just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can where you're at. Just relax and just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can where you're at.
Your
Just
entertainment,
relax.
at the same time edutainment. In other words, you could call it vent. What I'm saying is that I'm here at your service. It's hard work, but then again, I deserve this. I'm helping people enjoy their spare time. I'm like an instructor when I'm doing my rhyme. Relax and just hear the dope track. It's really not all that, it's not like a gag. We like that when everything is relaxed and chill. You don't have to get fucked up or take pills. Cause I like being myself, it feels good. Yo, it makes my meals taste good. 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 So just relax.
It's you and don't cry. The vibes is real nice, everything is real bad. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat, just relax. And here and don't cry. The vibes is real nice, everything is real bad. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat, just relax.
My mind state, now balloon, it won't inflate. Just take the buzz, this much wiser kid, fuck the shade. And take it to a lower level, and dig a ditch for a devil. Got some more kids and pass a shovel. Dig a hole, take them on a spiritual roll. Lyrics unfold, either that or unroll the scroll. Episodes keep reoccurring and stifling. People's vision get blurring, their hearts start murmuring. I'm about 5 times iller than a Sherman. Introspection is God's gift to the miracle. I freak material, lamb's milk without the cereal. When MCs say your booty, they mean venereal. Your fake material hip-hop killers, they more faking than fucking Michael Jackson and Thriller. The status of a hoe, Quanto Costa. They wanna know how much it costs, kid, I bet for keep to
So
me
just relax, and just hear and don't cry. The vibes is real nice, everything is real bad. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you could wear your hat, just relax. And just hear and don't cry. The vibes is real nice, everything is real bad. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you could wear your hat, just relax.
I'm having feelings I never felt in my life. It's hard to explain what I'm going through is new. I'm good looking, clean up well, but without this fine young little lady, I'm still in hell. She's brown skinned, Eritrean. Love every second of the time that we spend. We're good friends, there's no need to pretend. The way she walks and moves her hips, those smooth curves, I just love to kiss. It's Sunday morning, make her breakfast in bed, bring her a latte and chill up in the spread, and manifest all the thoughts in my head. The comforter of my life. You know what? She may not know what I want her to be my wife. It was my finest wish to stay the night. She doing fine on her own, about to buy a home. Me, I'm working out some shit, but I've grown. I'm working hard to keep things right. Focus on my music so we can have a life outside of the system and the bright lights. She feeds me juice and curry when I'm hungry. Caress me on my body, it feels lovely. A lot of pain that I took on in my life, I need you to make it right. Need you to make it right. The feelings I'm feeling, it's real in my life. I know you're something special, want you to be my wife. All I need to know is will you treat me right? I wanna make love tonight. The feelings I'm feeling, it's real in my life. I know you're something special, want you to be my wife. All I need to know is will you treat me right? I wanna make love tonight. Brown eyes, caramel skin, beautiful face, where do I begin? Your hips, they keep making me excited. Your breasts, just how I like it. If you're the key to my life, then will you be there for me? All I'm asking is will you trust in me? It's complicated, but I wanna do it right. If we keep true to the love, we can make life. Your destiny is to be with me. I'm waiting for you to be one with me. Your soulmate, I would do anything for you. Baby girl, it's you I adore. Word life, you are my life. I won't deal with nothing that's strife. We're gonna spend all our time together, me and you, girl, forever. The feelings I'm feeling, it's real in my life. I know you're something special, want you to be my wife. All I need to know is will you treat me right? I wanna make love tonight. The feelings I'm feeling, it's real in my life. I know you're something special, want you to be my wife. All I need to know is will you treat me right? I wanna make love tonight.
wrote this one because I love you, and I want you to love me too, girl.
I just want to love. Just love the way you love. Love the way I love.
I love you.
I just want to love. Just love the way you love. I love the way I love you.
You my TRL, I'm looking at you. The look in my eye, you can tell that I wanna know you, better yet show you that I treat you right, this I owe ya. The feelings I feel are not obscene. It's no secret I'll go in public and scream. I'll LOV you, my baby girl. The feeling's so true, we can make our own world. We were made for each other, I feel like you love. We had a child, we be father and mother. There ain't no other I'd rather spend my time with. This love can endure anything that splits. If it wasn't legit, you wouldn't hear it. I could never be confused by your spirit. We just take it still and roll it, cause we both know what we do. I'm in LOV with you.
I just want to love.
Baby girl,
love the way you love.
Love me.
Love the way I love.
I love you.
I just want to.
Hey.
I want to love.
Oh,
love the way you love.
Love me.
The way I love you.
I love you, girl.
Just relax. 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 Just relax.